Welcome everybody. We're just about to get started. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. I love the engine sounds that come around here. Welcome everybody to the Racing Sim Rinks World Series, Round 5 here at Suzuka International Race Circuit, Season 1, Round 5. I've said that twice, by the way. We'll get there eventually. We'll get something right with the intro. How you guys doing? Just seeing the McNinch on your screens now. Going around in the number 56 Manatee car. And by the way, I said Manatee right the first time, not Martini, not Mantiti, or any other variation of the word that we've used before. I hope you guys are keeping well midweek. It is about to get started here with qualifying any second now. Of course, can't always forget, we've got the venerable Craig King. Craig, how are you?
I'm doing good. Good evening, Rob. By the way, did you know it's week 5, round 5 of season 1? Also, I'm not drinking martini. I wish I was now you mentioned it. I've got to admit, but no, I've got a drink ready. We're all hydrated, ready to go for 2 races tonight at Suzuka, the ever wonderful Suzuka, the ever beautiful looking. It's such a nice track to look at. I hate driving it because I'm bad at it, but it's just so nice to watch action around here. It's especially in the GT3s, it's a really nice car to drive around here, so it's gonna be fun, especially being that we control well, not literally control, but we decide a random grid generator for the second race again. And we remember what happened last time.
It was chaos. I remember it well. You know those stories that you know those stories that you sit around a campfire and tell people, the boogeyman stories. You know, don't go out at night or the boogeyman will get you. In our situation, it's don't remember the exact number, but don't mention it. Don't mention it.
I mean, yeah. I'm sorry, just looking at the chat. Good evening, Nathan and Mess. Maybe we should have weekly Rally on TV streams. I'm getting jealous of the weekly RSR World Series. Well, funny you say that, because if anybody is watching us for the first time, so we do have action every week, and more than just RSR.
I was just, by the way, looking at Ben Smith. He seemed to be having sword fighting with another car, the car number 1. Where is the car number 1 on the grid? I think he was having a sword fight with Matt Heatrick. Just you know, a pleasant sword fight, you know, in the middle of the track, as qualifying was about to start. So they're getting ready. By the way, Ben Smith, I think he was the car that mounted our poor little Ready on TV car, and made good use of the ramp, essentially.
So they're about to do qualifying, and while you were talking about sword fights, and it's always fun to look at sword fights, the first cars are coming out on track, and I will go down the list of cars that are going out on track now. Of course, it's the reverse from your practice times. So the slowest cars go out first. So in this first group, we have James Goldstein in the number 2, Taylor Lane in the 31, Jack Hills in the 19, Josh Seymour in the 24, then Simon Dodd in the 49, Mark Bailey in the 7, Martin Pearson in the 25, Chris Miles in the 87, Chris Hamer in the 15, and Carl Jalot in the 27. So it's a very good mix as well of, well, Audis and Ferraris, and I think I do see a no, I do not see anything else but Audi and Ferrari. There's not a good mix. It's all Ferraris but 2 Audis. Okay, it's not a good mix.
So what you're saying is that as the prancing horse usually does, tries to get out first and put in the best lap times. Is that what you're saying?
Yep. Just a quick sponsor. Yes, this is the RSR World Series, sponsored by Racing Sim Rigs, bringing the race home. Do check them out. Fantastic customer service, some great people there. Of course, we've actually got the man behind it, Chris Hamer, in this race as well. Here's some good things about it, and the winners do get Sim Rigs from RSR. So, and it's all good swings and roundabouts, and it is. I don't need to shill it, but I will shill it. It is 80/20. It is the proper stuff. It's not like a piece of metal that you just put up like a GT Omega or what's the other ones that have in America? Next Level Racing. It's a proper. We're talking proper rigs here, folks. So just imagine what could happen when you're racing a league and you win and you get a full scale sim rig, and that's what RSR has provided for the series.
By the way, you mentioned that. Tim Matzke is leading the pros at the moment. He actually bought a sim rig from RSR actually in the middle of this entire thing. And now he's trying to debate what he's going to do with it if he actually does win for the pros in particular. And so basically what he has now is he's paid for one. If he wins the series, he will win one. And now he's trying to figure out, do I sell it? Can I just set up a second sim ring? Do I need to assert dominance even more in the managed car?
Does he need to be like Simon Pagenaud and have 2 rigs set up, so if one fails, he can immediately jump into the other one? Or that would require him having 2 pieces. I'm not. I've never had an 80/20 rig myself. I've got one from Cimatech myself. But I imagine they're not the easiest things to move once you've assembled them. No, I don't think so. And I know I said last week I was looking at a rig, but when you're doing house refurbishing and moving rooms in the house in the next 12 months, it's one of those things where I could use it, but then I don't want to buy it, put it up, and then put it down again because I've moved rooms. So I'll have to wait on that. I'll tell you, we won't wait on. We'll see Simon Dodd about to cross the line to set the first lap in this qualifying, and it will be a 2:03.069.
So that's the benchmark lap done with as they come into. I think we should actually give a little bit of a tour. I'll do it this time because I think I've punished you enough with the tours around the track.
Oh, you can do it.
Coming through Snake now. He just passed by first. It's actually legitimately called first corner for some reason. I don't know why, but the Japanese, as they ever, official with the first corner. They call it the first corner. As more times have been put up on the board, Simon Dodd is now joined by Josh Seymour, Chris Hamer, and Martin Pearson. And just in front of him, Jack Hills as he comes through Degner 1 and Degner 2. On towards the hairpin, then 200R after that. In these GT3s, I'm expecting them to hit about 250 once they come onto the backstretch past Spoon. But it remains to be seen what speeds they can do. Let's come down now through 200R onto Spoon 1 and Spoon 2. If you were to go off here, your crew chief would be like, there's an incident in Spoon 1. It might be Simon. So was my impression too much?
Stick to the Aussies.
Stick to the Aussies. Just coming up to, he just touched 248 on the speed trap as he came through 130R into the Casio triangle. Just behind him, I think that is, what car is that behind Simon? Do you know?
Mark Bailey.
Mr.
Yeah, Mark
Bailey.
Bailey.
He's yet to set a lap time, by the way. He did a 2:02.394 in his last lap, but I think was struck off. Let's see if he sets a time this time around. He does. He goes into second with a 2:02.008, and Dodd did a 2:03.069, so that was his fastest lap. He's now provisional 6th on the pit board with Josh Seymour and James Goldstein. James Goldstein, by the way, did a 2:05.509, so I don't think he's having the best time out there. Martin Pearson currently leading on the scoreboards with a 2:01.896, which is the fastest lap out of the... I think it's all amateurs out on track at the moment.
It is. Yes, it is all amateurs. Just a quick note: Pearson's lap was invalid, as for Simon Dodd's lap was invalid. Actually, I think a lot of them was invalid on that lap, but it's a benchmark of 2:01.896 down at the moment for Pearson. I know James Goldstein was mentioning he's a little bit inexperienced with Suzuka, but it's respectable to do a 2:05. Especially in these temperatures. When they started the practice session at 7 o'clock UK time, it was 43 Celsius on the track. Now they've gone into qualifying, it's 33 Celsius. That's 91 Fahrenheit for the Americans. So it's a bit cooler. It's actually probably one of the coolest tracks I've seen around Suzuka at the moment. For a while, so we should be seeing the 2:01s is a respectable time. We should be seeing 2:01s, people in the 2 minutes in race pace. I would feel as well. So I think that's what we'll be looking at in terms of race pace. Will be interesting. Are we just waiting for someone to finish? Nope, they're getting ready with the next cars.
Yo LPs, by the way, the Ford GT team is proud to announce its arrival at Suzuka Circuit. We are ready to spin. I had to replace our dampeners with marshmallows for weight reasons. Oh, okay. If your suspension goes flying, I am not responsible for any damages that need to be paid. Let's just put it that way. And you managed to argue that the Ford GT was well. If you were driving one of these cars that was on your screen, the car 28 driven by Callum Bowman, you could argue it's a tractor. I mean, its bigger brother, the R18, is considered a tractor. It's lovingly nicknamed a tractor because of its mud diesel motor.
Well, these, I'm not sure if these are diesel or not, but I'll tell you the cars out on track at the moment. Be the 28 of Callum Beaumont, as you were mentioning, the 38 of Linus Technow, the 66 of Ryan Elliott, the 92 of Bradley Sellers, the 22 of Ben Smith, the 1 of Matt Heatrick, the 88 of Marius Yankee, the 57 of Sebastian Ryan, the 36 of Isaac Barkley, and the 70 of Adam Christo. But I think Linus is being told to sit. Yeah, he is going out on this one. I just had a conversation there. Linus, if you're wondering why the guy that's like second or third in the championship is all of a sudden in the second group of qualifiers, he's had a grand total of 5 minutes on the track.
Wait, say that again.
He's had a grand total of 5 minutes on the track because his bus was late due to a road closure.
Right. So what you're saying is he's winging it on a big old prayer.
Hey, yep. And a hope and a prayer, but this is Linus we're talking about, and I think he has talked about the ability of the McLaren around a lot of these tracks at the moment. So it's I think it's very good. I just looking at the YouTube chat, Demps151. According to the Wikipedia, the first corner of Suzuka called first turn. It's called that because of a mistake back when it first was made, and they just stuck with it. They just decided, yeah, okay.
It kind of reminds me of No Name at Spa. You know, it didn't have a name. They called it No Name. It just stuck. And then they tried to rename it. And then everybody just calls it No name.
What do they call it now? I forget.
I
can't remember.
That should tell you how much we actually care what its new name is. It's we just call it No Name. It's No Name.
Yeah, it's like
Nuno Marcus, how are you doing? Hugh Hake. I was about to say Hugh Cox, which would have been very, very, very hard to pronounce, but it's Hugh Haycox. A few of the boys coming out in support of Hugh Haycox as Adam Cristo taking the Casio triangle very gingerly as he comes around for his first flying lap. He's joined in front of him, just coming through the snake at the moment, by Linus Techno, the two pros to watch out for this little split. Just trying to see if there's any real issues for the cars as they come through the snake. It'll be telling if they come through the snake or they're not settled. It'll pay dividends to see how their pace will be on their actual flying lap. And it seems that Techno is actually taking it very nice and handy, nice and flat. No real issues to report, which is what you want to see in a car. I know these poor McLarens before were basically death traps, and if you could drive one, the hats were off to you. It's Linus Tech Tips. Okay, if it's Linus...
yes, we know that. We know that. Who said that?
Hang on. I really want to bring up like the web page and just stick it where Linus Techno is, and just say Linus Tech Tips, but I feel like somebody would be like, somebody's named themselves Linus Tech Tips. As Matt Heatrick goes number 1 with a 201.176. So we're looking to see if they can break into the 2 minutes flat barrier. Probably this man will do it first. Linus Techno coming up to 253 kilometers an hour, going through 130R. Isaac Barkley just set a 201.333. Very respectable lap by him.
What's he gonna do? Like, he's coming down the last corner right now, the last curve. He will cross the line. Remember, the start-finish line is at the back of the straight here. It's going to be an invalid lap. All right, Linus. One shot. You know, I'm not gonna copy the Eminem song, but you've got one shot, so don't lose it, or however the lyrics go. That's from my period. That's from my childhood, and I forget the lyrics.
That's not how cheering works. Whoa, we're halfway there, Linus. You binned it on a hot lap.
Oh, no! He's hit the wall. I mean, let's just say it how it is. There's a reverse grid later, so Rob, if you could, use the RNG and rig it, maybe make the number 42, and
you only get one shot to make that lap. It doesn't make a difference if it's fast or slow. You've got your McLaren. Oh wait, that's a wall. You're starting from the back. Whoa.
I cannot believe you just did that. Dear, if there's anybody in Twitch who wants to clip that, please, because I want to shame Rob.
I have no shame. I will.
Alright, so. Alright, okay. Let's go away from this because we've got some racing on our hands, and pole position at the moment, provisional pole, is the real pro. It's Adam Cristo. Not a track he's driven in the real world, I don't think. A winner of 6 24-hour races. Recently won 2 races in VLN in real life 3 weeks ago. I think he won the first one, came P2 in the second, and the leaders were disqualified for what I was told was one of the tyres was not the same as the others. That was literally all I was told from Adam. It was great having him in last week in the interview, in the broadcast booth, while we were doing the Nordschleife, but he comes across the line. He's on a 2-minute 6:95 first lap. He will cross the line. It's slower. It's 2 minutes 8:73, but at the moment he's the only car. As I say that, Matt Heatrick goes into the 2 minutes, so he is pole at the moment by 0.078 of a second behind Matt Heatrick. And Matt Heatrick, the number 1 car, is not number 1 at the moment, but he is on the front row.
By the way, hello to you, Goldelight, in the Twitch chat. He asks, I've just bought the F1 game, should I buy this one too? I was thinking of getting both. If you're going to commit it in the long run, yes. But enjoy your F1 2020 game. It's a good game, from what I can tell, at least. And what people are telling me. And that is, I think that's it for the guys of the second group that go out on track. 16 people have set lap times as... Oh no. Uh-oh.
Time! It's time!
It's time to... Go.
Yeah, I just missed out who on the others was. 35th, number 11. Okay, so we are going down to 95, Harry Wills. 99, Stefan Kurtzman. Number 00, Joshua Mayer. Number 5, Jonas Dreyer. 13, Tristan Iglesias. 16, Neil Butler. 77, Pascal Radshorn. 17, Archie Forsyth. And 11, Malt Stumpf. But let's put all our eyes on the 00. The only guy brave enough or crazy enough to drive the Ford GT3 in the series, and we love him for it because it just gives us so much joy seeing this car. It's Joshua Mayer.
I'm already seeing fun elements to his car. It's bouncy, extremely bouncy.
It can't be as bouncy as last week. Come on.
Oh, just you wait. Just you wait. I can already see it. Ooh, coming out of the hairpin onto 200R. It's actually sliding a lot. Coming out of it. Well, not sliding a lot, but the tail kicked back, and he's not very settled. The car is definitely bouncing.
I thought the best thing was at one stage during practice, he was one of the fastest cars. Okay, the pros didn't turn up, but he did a 2-minute 5:16, which is only a second exactly slower than Tim Matske in practice. Now we don't know what fuel settings everyone's doing, but for the Ford to be that close to the top guys just gives you an indication of how strong the Ford is around here today. So it's really going to be interesting to see how he does. I think he just had to slow down a bit to just let Stefan Kurtzman just get a bit of a better gap between the two of them. 3.5 seconds in theory should be enough between the two of them, provided none of them crash. So he will start his lap.
Sorry to cut across. Pascal Radshun having a go off. Let's have a replay of that. This is coming through 130R. Coming through 130R indeed. Sorry to cut across. Oop, just a little bit too much, and the car just goes. I don't like being tires.
Oh, and I tell you what, Harry Wills has done the exact same thing right behind him.
I think he's not. I think everybody's going to be having at least one, or at least see a car go off at 130R. I think that is the current strat, is to not be the car that does that at 130R, because it can be quite easy to do it if you just overcook it too much.
Yeah, just what we do. There's a bit of a question in chat. What do we recommend to drive at the beginner in iRacing? Well, iRacing is a fantastic license format where you start in, well, technically slow cars and work your way up. So you'll start in a little Mazda MX-5, if that's the way you go in road racing, and build your way up, and you get out the license, you get out the rookies, and you come out the Mazda, and you can always go back there, but then you get the access to stuff like the Skip Barber series, some GTE, some GT3s like we're seeing now, and slowly you just progress up the system, and you can buy a car anytime you want. So you may not have the license to be in a GT3 and race in a GT3 series, official series, but you can always buy it and buy a track and just thrash it around in your own pleasures. It's what a lot of people do with the F1 cars. So iRacing has that great model for that. So, but actually, I miss Mazdas. I don't know if you remember when you drove the Mazdas, how fun they were.
Yeah, and then I got to the Audi R18 and threw that out the window. But
Right,
I
Stefan
will.
Kurtzman crosses first. By the way, Stefan Kurtzman with a 2:01.140.
By the way, that. Oh, he went second with a 2 minutes 7:64. How did he do that? Because that car was bouncing through 130R. And I'm not joking when I said that it was bouncing through 130R. Let's get that in your head. It was going whoop 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 through 130R.
Now he's third.
Going.
Now he's third because who's gone second? It's Tristan Iglesias with a 2-minute 7:40. But Mal Stumpf has stumped them all with a 2-minute 3:85. And as I say that, Archie Forsyth and Pascal Radstrom. Archie Forsyth was pole for a moment with a 1:59.935, and Pascal Radstrom has just thrown a 1:59.887. The track's cooler. Only 3 cars when it was hotter were doing 4 cars were doing sub 2-minute laps in practice. We've already seen 2 guys go under 2 minutes in the qualifying. But seriously, that Ford can go faster, Rob. I've seen it. It did a 2-minute 5:16 in 40-degree temperatures. It's 32 Celsius right now. It can go faster.
That makes me panic a little bit because it was bouncing through 130R, and that's not normal. A car should not do that.
I'm going to be watching this car.
Oh, sorry. Pascal Ranchon has just scupped his second lap. He was having an issue coming through Degner 1. Sorry, I was supposed to say 130R. No, that wasn't 130R. It was Degner 1. Let's have a replay of that again. He's coming through, just cuts the car. Oh, cuts it too much, and then the car goes bye-bye. And that's his second lap scuppered. So he will have to sit on a 1:59.888. But if it holds, well, he's sitting on pole position right now. So there's nothing to say that he won't. But let's see.
The Ford did it! I told you! 2 minutes, 0.179. He's in third place, but we do have cars that could go faster. All eyes on the guys like Malt Stump. He parked it after 2 minutes 3:85. He had enough. Archie Forsyth coming around the chicane right now, and he's got Pascal Radstrom already in the pits. Neil Butler's gone fifth with a 2 minute 6:15. With Glacier with a 2 minute 7:40. Archie Forsyth, the only man on track that could do this. We've still got Harry Wills out there. He will cross the line of 1:59.731. He takes pole by 0.156. That is now the benchmark. How close will the others get to it? Was just see Harry Wills crossing the line with a 2 minute 5:30. So at the moment we have 2 cars in the 1:59s, and in third place we have the shock of everybody at the moment, the Ford.
The big Ford. The scary Ford. It's there. Yeah, you know when people are narrating for like the novels, like the novels you listen to, the audiobooks, sorry. And they're always like sort of a very nice calm voice, and they're narrating to the book. Narrating to the book, narrating to the user. They're narrating the book to the user, and they're always just like, through the meadows and through the fields, Harry was skimping along his way. What if they written a horror story about the Ford GT3? All they would say is, he's coming. The bouncy boy, the trampoline. Nothing will save you from it.
I didn't see the headlights, but I heard it bouncing. You could hear the suspension coming from a mile away. And then came the vroom, and everybody started to run. For it was not the engine that scared us. No, it was the body. For it was a Ford. Dun, dun, dun.
I feel like we need to write a novel about this. The Chronicles of iRacing, the Ford GT3.
Right. Have you got the camera fixated on the most important car out there at the moment? Yes, you do. Because 2 cars are out. We're in the fight. We're in the top 10 shootout. They're going 2 by 2 at the moment. Jonathan Hoggard in the 33 and Christian Furtz, which is the only car we care about because it might be the Radeon TV car.
I feel like it's a bit disingenuous if we say it might be the Radeon TV car. when we know it's the Rally on TV car and the camera's got there first. But he's in a 96 car going around. He has a buddy on the track with him, the fellow Ford. Sorry, fellow... a fellow Ferrari. It's not a Bouncy Boy. It's an AF Corsa. It's AF Corsa, isn't it? That runs the livery.
An AF Corsa livery, yeah.
You dislike this livery.
I dislike how basically every livery on training paints for a Ferrari is always red. Let's mix it up. That's why I like the Radeon TV car. It's the Radeon TV colours. It's black, white with the red accent. You know.
Yeah, I was gonna stop you there, but I was being like, it's black, white, and what's that last colour, Craig?
Yeah, but it's not primarily red. Do you see what I mean? I've grown to I can take the AF Corsa livery because that is the official livery. But then other people just come out and just make red liveries, which is really annoying. But as these two are starting their qualifying laps, we then have now Andrew Miller in the 14 and Adam Miles in the 85. They are now coming out and starting their warm-up laps, and this is how it will be going really for the final 10 shootouts. So the cars will start the first two cars will go out, and as they start their first lap, next two cars will come out, and vice versa. Remember, every driver gets 2 laps, so we see Furtz and Hoggard on their qualifying lap, but Miller and Miles are now out on the their warm-up laps, and do I see they're all Ferraris?
They are indeed all Ferraris, but I think we'll also see the Matsky Mobile, the green machine, coming out very soon. I think I'm not sure exactly when the actual shootouts, what the order of them are, but we'll see him soon enough. As Christian Furs coming through Spoon 1 and Spoon 2, nice and flat. I'm expecting it to be a 2 minutes 8, a 2:00.8 from him. It'll be a good, nice first lap as he touches one. Yeah, he just about touched 249, almost 250. I think that will be sort of the general area where these cars sort of get to their max speed on the backstretch before they have to brake down to about 180 for a 130R. And hold their breath, really, because it's a scary corner if you're going too fast. And he puts him in 11th. I wasn't too far off. It's a 2 minutes 9.75, but I think he wants to go one better. He's definitely giving it a little bit of a charge. As we have this man. Hugh Haycox is now out of the pits and onto the track to do his warm-up lap, the car number 10. He's not actually the car number 10. I think somebody else is meant to be the car number 10, but we'll let it slide.
Yeah. But Tristan Iglesias is usually the car number 10, I believe. I've had to take the car 13 today. New driver issues. You know, well, you wouldn't know because you don't watch American sport, but there's always the fight when you move to, when a veteran player moves to a team and wants his number, but it's being held by somebody else. And usually there's a little bit of, hey, how much money do you want so I can start using that number? Because, you know, that is the number everyone knows me for. You know, it'd almost be like if, I don't know, it'd almost be like if Lewis Hamilton left F1 for a year. Somebody took the 44. He came back and went, so, what do you want? What do you want for it? Do you want Roscoe? What do you want? I want my number back.
Do you want an island?
I mean, literally, the things I have heard that people have done for it, honestly, it's crazy, but we're not that. Anyway, so Miles Stumpf has gone fourth. While we just get back to that, with a 2 minute 3:85. Yes, that means the Ford is still third. Miles Stumpf with a 2 minute 3:85. Louis Eggleston. We haven't talked about Louis Eggleston. He's about to start his lap, I believe, or is he on his first lap? He has a Radeon TV sticker on the back of his car, which I like to see.
Just wanted to see if Hugh Haycox posts a lap or if that's his actual outlap.
It
is his actual outlap, and you can see he's got ahead of him Louis Eggleston. I think he'll be using Louis as a benchmark to try and see if he can go faster than him. Of course, he'll try and aim for that 1:59.731 set by the car number 17 of Archie Forsyth. As Jonathan Harger goes faster again, he's just pipped the poor Ford. Ford's now down into the 4th. As Jonathan Harger does a 2 minutes 098. So that'll be a very good time from him as the rest of the boys, TM, come out and start doing their laps with Liam McNinch and Oscar Cooper coming out and doing their laps.
Yep, Liam McNinch just waiting for Adam Miles to finish his final lap. A 2 minute 5:56. I think that's it. No, that was his first qualifying lap, so that put him into 7th, and he just almost loses. A good save in the first corner, and it's still sliding. Can he hold up? Ooh, I think that car just wanted to go sideways 3 times there, and he just said no. So that I'm pretty sure his lap will definitely not be faster, but some nice saves there from Adam Miles going through the first corner. Other laps to talk about right now. Malte Stumpf is still 5th there. He did not take a second lap. Christian Furtz is 10th with that 2 minutes 6:32. Andrew Miller, 2 minutes 5:82, puts him 8th. That's what we've got at the moment. Oscar Copper is on his outlap, so the first car we'll be seeing out of all these guys to set a lap out at the top, or into the top 5 really right now, is Louis Eggerson. He is coming around he's around 130R, coming up to the chicane right now. I love this car. He's got a rebrand on his car today. The Eggy Project Dynamic, with the 54 in the back of his car that looks like it's the caps marker, but he goes around in a 2 minutes 3:59, good enough for 5th place, but he can go faster. He knows he can go faster. Will he do it this time? The track is now 13.1 Celsius, getting colder by the minute.
Wait, Hugh Haycox has not set a lap time. His last lap was just a little bit of a slide coming into first corner. He wasn't able to set a lap time. It was set as invalid, and that car is looking a bit snaky compared to somebody like Linus Technow's car, who was a lot smoother coming through the snake. He seems to have got it under control now, as we see Lee McNinch. Oh, he's trying to navigate the 130R curb. He managed to get there in the end, but I think he's invalidated his... Well, he's invalidated his warm-up lap, so I don't think it'll be too much bother to him. As he's coming across the line, we have this man.
Sorry, I just you got a bot in your Twitch chat. Yeah, Tim Matke is in the power seat. The hot seat, the power seat is, I don't know, the power station. Tim is the man with a plan. He's the man with a mission. He is the best. To be the best, you've got to beat the best. Woo. How many other superlatives and quotes can I use for this man? He's just been there's only been one race, not including reverse grids. There's only been one race where he's really looked vulnerable. And that was only due to a fuel battle.
I think one of us has said huge Haycox. It might have been me.
I haven't said anything.
I think that was me then that said huge Haycox.
Are we demonetized?
No, we're not demonetized. I just need to remember it's Hugh, not huge.
Okay. I must admit, I do remember back when I did TF2 shoutcasting. Who just went up there? Sorry.
Hugh Haycox did a 2 minutes 9:23, puts him in 16th position, and Egerton puts in a 2 minutes 1:35. So he's pushed the Ford down even more. He's now in 4th position and pushed the Ford down to 5th. Liam McNinch still coming through Spoon onto the backstretch.
And Copper actually had an invalid lap for his first lap. So he's looking to try and be the fastest McLaren. We don't have any McLaren representation in the top 10. So it'll be interesting to see. You don't even have any Mercedes in the top 10. That's interesting to see, I must admit. So he is coming around. He's come through Degner 1 and 2. He's coming up to the hairpin. We'll keep an eye on Liam McNinch right now as he's coming across the line. Just keep all eyes on his first lap. It's going to be a 1:59.743. It's only P2 by 0.012 by 1,000th of a second. He is in P2 from Archie Forsyth's time. But now all eyes are going to be, well, Matsuke is just is just halfway through his first lap. So McNinch has still got his final lap to go through. Copper's about to complete his last lap as he's coming through Spoon. This qualifying has thrown everything up in the air with so many people with slow lap times and no lap times for a couple people as well. So it's going to be really interesting.
And of course, we have the reverse grid for race 2, and we get to choose the number. You don't see me. Oh no, Oscar! Oscar, no! He scuppers his flying lap, and he seemed to be doing very well. Did he get an off track? Let's see if he did. Oh, you did? Oh,
that's definitely an off track. He hit the grass. That's unchanged. So that 2 McLarens who have failed to set a time. I don't know why I'm laughing. I don't mean to laugh.
It was going to be a good. It was going to be a very good lap as well. It's an invalid lap, but it was a 1:59.953. So if he
here's Matsuke. Sorry, here's Matsuke. We got to see Matsuke. How much did he blow the lap time? Let's just see. What is his first lap? It's a 1:59.397, 0.333 ahead of Archie Forsyth in who's now in P2. Yeah, okay. That's fast. I'll give him that.
Damn!
The only person that can beat him right now is Ling McNinch, who was 2/200 slower than Tim in practice on a hot track. As he's coming to the chicane right now, he's done 130R. Wow, he's done 130R well. Is he going to get through the chicane well? He does. Really not. I can never get that chicane right. But he's going to hug as much of the inside as he can right now. Going to cross the line. What does he set? It's a 1:59.283. Check goes McNinch as he puts his rook in the right spot there. And Matsuke is in check. He has to do this right now. Can he get out of check? And can he make it checkmate?
Remember, he did a 3:98 for his first flying lap, which is a blistering time. He blew it out of the water. Then McNinch replies with a 2:83. So all eyes are on Matsuke. What can he do? Can he pull a literal rabbit out of the hat and say ta-da as he comes into Spoon 1, Spoon 2, keeping it nice and steady, keep it up. He doesn't want to scupper his final lap like Cooper did. He wants to keep it nice and easy. Come on, Matsuki, you can do it. You can do it. Coming through 130R, carrying a ton of speed, 235 kilometers an hour. Sustained throughout the entire 130R, breaking into Casio Triangle, keeping it nice and clean. Let's see now, will he hug? Oh, he's hugging it. He's hugging it. He crosses the line. What is the lap time that he sets?
Oh my God!
A 1:58.852. Oh my God. Checkmate. Checkmate. It's over. It's over. Man's just been murdered. It's done. We're done.
That's all, folks. Thank you very much. I'll see you Friday night. We're at the Nordschleife for LMS. It's good to see you all.
What an absolute laugh that was. I think if I can get it up, let me try and get it up for you. I want to watch that entire lap once again.
I don't think we've got the time.
Do we? We have 5 minutes.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do. We've got plenty of time to watch this absolutely beautiful lap. We can go through the qualifying times as we replay the lap, though.
Yeah. I'll start that off right away. This man, Tim Matsuke, of course, he's pole. A 1:58.851. What a lap. Liam McNinch will be in P2 with a 1:59.282 as a Manatee 1-2. And I think Archie Forsyth is Manatee. No, I don't think he is. He's third with a 1:59.731, followed by Pascal Radstone with a 1:59.887. Then we come to Jonathan Hoggard. Now we're in the 2 minutes here. Hoggard with a 2:098 is fifth. Louis Eggerson with a 2:135 is in sixth. And the lead amateur driver in a Ford, Joshua Mayer with a 2:179. Into P8 we go now. Andrew Miller, amateur as well, 2:369. Miles Stump, 2:385 takes ninth. Harry Wills with a 2 minutes 5:30 takes 10th. Just slightly behind him is Adam Miles with a 2 minutes 5:56. Neil Butler 12th with a 2 minutes 6:15. Christian Furz, if they stop talking, I'll be able to see this, a 2 minutes 6:32 in 13th. Adam Christo into 14th with a 2 minutes 6:95, and Tristan Iglesias with a 2 minutes 7:40 for 15th.
I'm still just amazed by this lap, by the way, but I think we will get to the qualifying results now, and you get to 15th, so we'll count from there. 16th, Matt Heatrick with a 2 minutes 7:74. Kurzman with a 2 minute 9:13 puts him into 17th position overall. Hugh Haycox did a 2 minute 9:23. Isaac Barkley did a 2:01.333. Ryan Elliott did a 2:01.388. Bradley Sellers did a 2:01.434. Ben Smith did a 2:01.745. Martin Pearson did a 2:01.6 or 8:96, puts him into 23rd position. Colin Bowman did a 2:01.929. Chris Hamer did a 2:02.001. Mark Bailey did a 2:02.008, so just 7,000ths of a second separating 25th and 26th. 27th is Chris Miles with a 2:02.680. Jack Hills with a 2:02.848. Dodd with a 2:03.069. Jackalette with a 2:03.366 in 30th position. Josh Seymour in 31st. 2:03.368, and Goldstein did a 2:05.509, which is a bit of an outlier on the quali board there. He's quite a bit distance from the back, but he's also 8 cars ahead of everybody else that didn't qualify or didn't get a lap in.
But yeah, we'll look at this. The order they'll be going, Linus Tech now will take 33rd. Oscar Coppo will take 34th. They both failed to set a time. They both had invalid laps. Marius Janke will take 35th. Sebastian Rain will take 36th. Taylor Lane, 37th. Jonas Dreyer will take 38th. So the Manatees are lined up on the front row. Behind them are two laps. Looks like, yeah, 2 laps racing cars behind them. Behind them is a mixture of stuff. And then it really just, yeah. You know how like F1 at the moment, they're like going 2 by 2 in the qualifying? Yeah, we get that for the first 4 cars, and then we just go, go wherever you want.
Go wherever you want. I'm ready to see what kind of shenanigans the P1 and P2, which is number 8 of Tim Matsky on your cameras now, and the car to his left, number 17 RG Foresight, get up to in corner 1 and through Snake. As well as which, seeing how the rest of the field does, especially Coper, who wasn't able to set a lap time, and Linus Tech now, who needs to make up some positions to keep himself in the fight.
Just for a note for everybody, it is a agreement to single file the chicane, but there is no there is no ruling on. If you want to go side by side afterwards, go for it. If not, but don't go speeding. So here they go side by side for the chicane. By the time they come back out, yeah, the front are doing 2 by 2. Bit of respect there, holding as much as they can without being illegal holding per se. But they come down to the start line right now. Tim Matsky will take the lead. He goes ahead of everybody, catches them all off guard there. A nice little move there. He will take the lead. He's just blown ahead at the moment. Behind them, we've got Liam McNish and Archie Forsyth. Joshua Mayer is in the pits. He was doing a pit lane start. What's happened there? I'm not sure. Archie Forsyth trying to make a move. They're trying to make a bit of 2 wide at the back there. Does not get it 2 wide. That looks like it's the laps racing of Hoggard has taken P4 away from Radstrom. It is. Eggleston is catching up there at the moment. There's some 2 by 2 going as well into the S's as well. Hoggard wants to defend this from Radstrom. He does so as they now go 1 by 1. It looks pretty clean everywhere else at the moment. Yeah, and it's a lot of argy-bargy near the back of the field though, but at the moment it is 1 by 1. But yes, Joshua Mayer is starting from the pits.
He might have forgotten to put in, I'm assuming it might be to do with fuel. I think he might have forgotten to put in the fuel. As we see in the background, I think that is Stumpf fighting with Andrew Miller, the amateur. So Andrew Miller, by consequence of the 0-0 Josh and Mayer going into the pits to take, I think it was fuel. I'll assume it's fuel until he says and corrects me, which he will. Andrew Miller is the lead amateur car, and he's trying to navigate these big old pros, trying to make their way. As we see Stefan Kurzman losing positions, trying to fight his way. side by side with Ryan Elliott coming through 200R.
Oh, a little bit of a touch from Kurtzman and Smith there. Keeps it together. Great save by Smith there. The car was wobbling from a little bit of netcode. Kurtzman is going to surrender the position though to Bradley Sellers. Does he? They're side by side coming out of Spoon. They're going to be side by side up on the straight. I'm not sure what this is for. I think this is for 20th or 19th. Not entirely sure. I'll look at it at the moment. Going side by side. Sellers does get the side drop and will take the lead. Will take the position. Sorry, going into 130R. Remember, these tyres are still there. The car spun out in front. Who is that? That looks to be. It is Isaac Barkley. Has he done that himself? He has. He's just cut too much at the curb on the exit of 130R. Lost the car, and has he collected the wall? Just a side swipe there, but nothing too much to write home about.
Oh, just a side swipe. It'll buff out, as they say.
Right.
Now, you were doubting my buff out hypothesis, were you?
I'm just looking at this massive pack at the back at the moment. Well, not the back, in the middle of the field. We got Christian first, Neil Butler, Tristan Iglesias, the Matt Heatrick, and they're practically snaking like a bus at the moment. There's a second between them, and Haycox is actually also in behind them as well now. So quite a bit of a gaggle here, just trying to work their way through at the moment. Now they won't want to make a move at Degner, but Butler is right behind Christian Furtz here. Will he try to make a move before at the chicane? Usually the better place to make an overtake here in GT cars, but he's lost a bit of time, so I doubt he will. Bit of side by side going at the front behind them as well, but they are all just making it single file at the moment, and nothing too extreme on this undersection here. You know, I say the undersection as they're going under the bridge and going up at the moment, but the pack is starting to open up a bit just because they're giving each other room and losing a bit of time there, but it's all opening at the moment. And meanwhile, Tim Matske has opened up
we just had a spin. Neil Butler has just spun at the Spoon. Has he hit anybody? He hasn't, but he's losing positions. He is now down into 21st position. Let's have a replay of what happened here. Sorry to cut across.
Oh, we got another one. Harry Wills. Harry Wills has spun on the entry at 130R. He gets the car straight. How? He keeps it where he clipped the grass as he went in. Meanwhile, just in front of him, there's been a bit of contact. That's Adam Christo getting spun around. I hate to say it. The Rally on TV car spun. Christian Furtz spun. And there's been another hit here. Tristan Iglesias has been collected. What's that? Sorry, that looks like... who's that? Tristan Iglesias has been hit by a car rejoining. He was rejoining the track and got collected from Ben Smith there. Not sure what happened there. He went to take evasive action from Adam Christo, but Adam Christo got spun at the exit of the chicane by Christian Furtz. And then we saw that was Iglesias trying to avoid, and he rejoined the track just as Ben Smith went straight into him there. So, that's not a safe rejoin. It's not a safe rejoin.
They seem to still be going. There's, ironically, the damage looks quite similar to the damage he had at Nürburgring, but not too much. Oh no, he's had another accident. The car number 31. Taylor Lane and the car number 70, Adam Christo, come together in the Exodus Snake. So we've had another incident. Oh,
what is going on? That's crazy. Just that one little bit there has just caused a lot of issues, and I'm now watching like just one thing has just opened. You know how they say in America, caution breed cautions. Well, everyone's just trying to reposition after an accident, and it's just shown. Meanwhile, let's keep an eye on the Linus Tech now fight at the moment. He has now gained, that is a position on Chris Hamer, and I think that's for P22nd. I'm not entirely sure. He takes the position. He has made up 10 spots at the moment, as has, Oscar Copper's made up 9, and he's now trying to get try and get past Jack Hills. Will do so, but they're on some slipstream, but this back of the field is a little bit. That's another car doing a spin. That's Ryan Elliott. Sorry, it's not spin. It's it's blinking. It's blinking. He's blinking. He's blinking with Martin Pearson through the chicane. That's never fun. And Martin Pearson's on the defensive line now, a little bit slow at the chicane. Ryan Elliott might get this position back, but they are going to be side by side. This is... He's blunk again. He's blinking. He's blinking.
He's
I don't know what's
blinking
going on.
pretty hard. As you can see, up ahead of him, Neil Butler making his escape from Martin Pearson and Ryan Elliott. By the way, if you were seeing the standing board blinking, that wasn't your imagination. There's an issue with the top 12. I'm going to try and get it fixed for the second race, but hold tight. But I've managed to fix it temporarily while I try and see why Ryan Elliott is blinking. The reason why we think Joshua Mayer was in the pits, he either missed the start or he had to pit for fuel, but he did pit, Craig.
Yes.
According to my top stopwatch, he did pit, so...
Well, technically, if you start in the pits, it counts as the pit stop. It says on mine as well. Just to say, Mount Stump and Louis Eggerson are side by side coming out of the hairpin, and they are coming down to 200R. And Eggerson did lose his P6 to Mount Stump for a brief second, has gained it back. They're in a battle now, coming down into Spoon. Stump will try and take the inside. Good defending from Eggerson. They almost come together. More good defending. They almost come together. They almost come together. Almost. They touch that time. They do touch that time. But some good defending. Probably Eggerson compromising his speed there, and that's why Mount to Stump tried to make a move there. But some good racing by the two of them there. Good defending. Onto the back straight they go. They're coming up to 130R right now. There's no way Stump can make a move, but if he gets a good line, he might be able to make it just coming up to the hair chicane. He's not there. He will play it back, but yeah, for half a lap there was some close things there. And Adam Miles has taken Andrew Miller. That's why I got myself confused with the A's there, and has actually made up a spot there. That would be for P8. But these guys here are pretty close together. And meanwhile, Tim Matske is not the fastest car on track. He might have been purple the second lap, but Liam McNinch just did a 2:01, 1:59. That was Matske, sorry, 1:59, and McNinch did a 1:05, and he's only a second behind Matske, so he's really keeping up right now. That qualifying lap probably was just indication of hot lapping, as McNinch is probably looking at it. That practice time could be a good representation of these guys' laps.
Well, Stumpf sniffing, sorry, why am I sounding so German? He's sniffing the exhaust, almost, of Louis Eggertson coming through Snake. He is putting the pressure on in a big way. Oh no! Louis Eggertson almost losing complete control of the car coming through the Degner 1-2. And now he's under threat from Adam Miles himself. Adam Miles squirreling on the braking, not losing 2 positions in 1, but almost very lost 2 positions. He's now back down into 7th. And Mulchstub is just going to run away and try and get as much gap as he can. It's about 8.8 of a second between the two of them at the moment as they come through Spoon 1 and 2. I think Louis Eggertson will be thrown off by that incident. But keep going. Keep going.
You could say he's got egg on his face. Sorry. Right, let's get back to the racing and not dwell on my mistakes there in my last 20 seconds of my life. Louis Eggerson is now defending. There's a bit of a gap between him, but he's a little bit slower through 140R. Adam Miles has got a great run, but cannot make it work in the chicane, giving a bit of respect there. If he could have sent it, but there was no need to. 20 minutes remain. There's 11 laps, remain of this race. The gap now at the front is 1.2 seconds. It's now 1.1. Behind them, there's a battle for 3rd and 4th going on between Archie Forsyth and Jonathan Hoggard. Half a second gap between the two of them. Ratchon's in his own little battle at the moment. He's just enjoying racing Suzuka. I can't blame him. About Stump there, he does get past Eggerson because of that mistake. He is going to try. Can he try and fight on? Possibly. But we shall wait and see. Where else is there action going on? Adam Christo is just he's having to make up places right now. He's 23rd. James Goldstein 25th. What's happened to Linus Tech now and Oscar Copper? Well, Linus has had a rough time, and I think he's got damage on the car. He's 28th, while Oscar Copper has made it up to 20th in a battle at the moment with Callum Beaumont and Ryan Elliott, and just in front of them is Martin Pearson. So not exactly the easiest of races at the moment, and especially in the McLaren. I think it might have a bit of top speed advantage, but we know the Ferraris don't have that top speed, so he might be easy to get past Ryan Elliott, but then he's got that Audi in front, and that could be the hard one.
Linus Tech now is currently in 28th on the screen. He's actually 27 according to my...
No, there's been a crash. Ryan Elliott's gone into the back of Callum Beaumont there. It just looks like was not expecting him to brake so early and has just literally taken Callum Beaumont, sent him into the shadow realm. And I'm not exactly sure. He's got a bent wing, Beaumont. Where is he now? It looks like he has gone down into 29th position from that. It was just a mistake there from Elliott. I don't think he was aware of the braking. He's gone off at Spoon. I'm pretty sure that was his own losing it there. Now he's going to be joining. It would be absolutely bad if he almost went back on track, almost hit everybody, managed to get away from it. That would have been kind of a weird irony if he spun out and was literally right behind Callum Beaumont again, but he's 3 seconds behind Beaumont as he blinks again.
2 cars go off. That's 2 cars, 2 places extra for Linus Tech now, who's now 24th according to the standings. Good to see as we see the battle behind him, Ben Smith and... Oh no!
Oh no! That just again looks like just a mistake with people not looking at braking. He's got Beaumont beside him, and then behind them is who's that? That's Isaac Barkley. Oh no!
Oh, and he's sent careering around in Casio Triangle. I think he wouldn't. He's not the happiest chappy in that car. I would say, but he needs to keep going. He's currently down in 34th position, having to chase down the likes of Josh Mayer, who's back up into 33rd position after starting in the pits. The current only driver that has not rejoined the circuit is Carl Jacquelet, who had an incident and is now in the pits, and he's been there for 4 minutes. I think he might have had a crash.
Speaking of a crash, what's happened to Liam McNinch? I cannot see what's happened, but he's no longer in second. He's in 5th. Something has happened to McNinch. I do not have it on my screen. He must have had a spin, probably at Spoon. Not Spoon, sorry, first curve. But he was 1.5 seconds behind Matsuke, pushing and pushing, trying to catch up. And he just, I don't have it. I'm pretty sure he might have lost it.
Let me try and see if I can get it for you.
Oh, well, that would be nice, using your fantastic cameras from TrackCams 22, who have provided us with these fantastic cameras. I've done your shield for you.
Thank you very much. I think this is where we get it.
Okay. Keep an eye on that. I will keep an eye on anything else going on in the battles.
This is him in the replay, by the way, chasing Tim Matsuke. They were about 0.8 of a second between each other coming through Castle Triangle. This is where the replay says it happened. As they come down the main straightaway, still chasing on the replay. Let's see what happens to poor Forsyth as he comes into first corner. Nothing happened through first corner. I'm still trying to figure out what exactly did happen. It's lap 6 according to the top stopwatch that the system says it happened on. Let's just keep an eye on it. Is there any... Oh! Might be it. It's sliding through Snake. Is there any other incidents on track at the moment on live? Oh no, here we go, sorry. Here we go, sorry to cut across. He did have an incident. He had an incident just coming out of Snake on towards Dunlop. He had a spin touching the grass on the outside, and he lost 3 positions.
Yeah, also, while we were looking at that, Christian Furtz had a incident with Stefan Kurtzman at the chicane. Furtz just turned in too early. Just a basic error. They've lost a couple places, and Oscar Copper has gotten through. He's now 16th. He's made up 18 places. Now, do remember, we do have this reverse grid. It would be horrible if he does all this work and then the reverse grid is like 32. or something, and he's practically going to do it all over again. But also in front of him is Neil Butler trying to attack Matt Heatrick, and it's a very well. This actually is a battle he needs to fight for. This is for P3 in the amateurs right now. Half a second between the two of them. The Butler has to do it, and I did make that reference, and Rob thought it was a Cluedo reference, and I had to send him I had to show him a photo this week. I had a parcel to deliver with a note on the back saying "P.S. the Butler did it," and I just had to send Rob it, and I don't know why, but I just find a chuckle because it's not a Cluedo reference. But can the Butler do it today? Can he get on that podium for the first race?
Well, he'll have to chase down Matt Heatrick and then keep it there. It's about 6 seconds. It is about 6 seconds ahead between. Oh no, it's not 6 seconds. It is 6 seconds between himself and the pro to Harry Wills, who's in second place at the moment, and Andrew Miller is the amateur in 11th. Ninth. That is leading the amateur race, just behind the car of Hugh Haycox, 3 seconds behind Louis Egerton.
So Matt's Gay, and the moment is 7 seconds up in the lead. He's on his own again. Nothing new there. Archie Forsyth is in this battle with Jonathan Hoggard. We'll keep an eye on that. Liam McNinch is trying to fight his way back. He's going to be going side by side with Pascal Radson. We'll have to go around the outside of Spoon. This is brave. He makes it stick. He doesn't make it stick. He has to hold off onto Spoon too. Now he's going side by side. Mark Stump is behind them. If this was NASCAR, he'd be getting a bit of a boost from his teammate there. He's going side by side right now. Stump has decided he's just going to leave it. Side by side go Hoggard and McNinch. McNinch just gets his nose up in front. Will they go? They're going to go side by side to 130R. No, Radstron's outside to hold off. Can he hold it? Can he hold it? McNinch was on at the rumble strip that whole time. Holds it around the outside of 130R. I thought it's been spun by Stump. That looked like netcode, but he's been spun by Stump. Spun by Stump in the chicane. That was hard to say.
Let's have an instant replay of that. I was trying to sound official, but this is what happens. Oh, it is netcode. I would say that is definitely netcode because it definitely wasn't. It wasn't as expected, especially given the fact that they were only touching really for a spell. Oh, Radshun coming onto the circuit and colliding almost with the Audi just ahead, or not the Audi, but the Ferrari just ahead.
Oh no, there's been a spin. Oh, there's been a spin at the S's, and that's Matt Heatrick. Just at the start of Snake, coming out of the exit to the first turn, he's lost the car. He tried to correct it, and I'll tell you what, Neil Butler's done a good job avoiding that, and Christo's done a good job of avoiding Heatrick as he gets himself straight. But that's a shame. So Butler will take P3 in the amateurs because of that, with Andrew Miller and Harry Wills up ahead. But that's unfortunate there for the podium there. But we've seen a lot of that actually. A lot of cars just overdoing it on the curbs today. Is it a temperature issue? Well, it's 28 Celsius, so I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, we've seen quite a few do that today.
Might just be the height of the curb as well. And, you know, at 130R, you can actually get stuck in between them because of the way that the curb is set up on the outside track lane of 130R. You can actually get it stuck in there. And Cooper was one prime example. He was stuck in there and unable to free himself, and then had that off track because he was basically being led down at the Yellow Brick Road to an off track because he was stuck in the middle of the curb and he was unable to ride over it up until he got to the end.
Well, Jonathan Hoggard has taken P2 away from Archie Forsyth while we were looking at all the action in the amateurs. Forsyth got a little bit loose in Dunlop, had to let off the brake, had to let off the accelerator, lost the back of the car, kept it straight though, but lost all the time, and Hoggard decided, thank you very much, I will take that position. So they swapped positions at the moment, so now Forsyth is the one chasing with 9 minutes to go. Is chasing Hoggard, losing a bit of time at the moment. Will be interesting to see what goes on there. But elsewhere, Stump has McNinch, has pulled away from Stump. He's got that position, and now he is just on as the Manatee Green and the Manatee Purple just fighting each other at the moment. But there's a 0.7 of a second gap between the two of them. Still some time to go, but that they're the better teammates in terms of Manatee. They won't be pushing too hard against each other, but you know that they will want to race each other.
And especially if it's for position. You know, unfortunately, McNinch with his spin coming out of Dunlop corner, he'll have to fight his way back. He won't be able to claw all of it back. He's 6 seconds behind Archie Forsyth, and Archie Forsyth and Jonathan Hongard are 9 seconds behind the race leader, who we've not really talked about beyond the battle that himself and McNinch are having earlier in the race. But Matsky is sitting comfortably doing 2 minutes 490 compared to everybody else who's doing 201s or 202s at the moment, especially given those who are battling for position like these two cars, the 56 and the 11 coming up through the back stretch. Louis is hanging back there. He's 4 seconds behind Malt Stumpf. You can just see him as he comes up the hill. The cameras pan away to see what Stumpf might do. He's in a unique position where he can try and push for position. I don't think McNinch will give it up so easily, though, even though they are teammates. Still an individual race, so this will be one to watch.
It will be, and of course, you got to remember that all the Manatee guys, the top Manatee guys, are running Audis. So the top 5 are 4 Audis and a Ferrari. You know, just Hogarth, just on his own there. As much as I love to hate talk red cut Ferraris on iRacing, you know, it's an AF Corsa livery, and it's currently P2, and it's split up every Audi at the moment. We could have had an Audi 123. It could have been just like Le Mans back in 99 and 2000 and 2001 and etc. But no, doing his job there as a Ferrari, just playing spoiler for the little fun. But defending from Forsyth, the gap is half a second. Doing the best they can, but I don't think Forsyth's able to catch him. He was faster the last lap, but it's so hard on this opening part of Suzuka to really make any inroads and make a move. You've got to wait for this back section from the hairpin onwards, really.
So, the battle for amateur lead is actually starting to heat up a little bit, because Adam Miles has now gotten past Andrew Miller, and Harry Wills has got his crosshairs out and is aiming squarely at the rear end of Andrew Miller in the Midland. Is it Midlands Racing? I've forgotten.
Midland Sim Racing, isn't it?
Midland Sim Racing. Yeah, the MSR lads. They've been doing very good in the amateurs. I think they're actually all amateurs, but they've been doing very well for themselves. Apart from when one killed our car. We'll gloss over that.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. But they're 8th and 9th overall, respectively, but they're 1st and 2nd in amateur class.
And I'll tell you what else is heating up. The battle for P3 in the amateurs, as Christian Furtz is almost on the slipstream of Neil Butler. So the Radeon TV car at the moment is catching, losing a bit of time going through 130 yard, just sliding, not taking a curb there, but trying to make up the time here. So with 5 minutes to go, so what we're looking at, 3 more laps. My meter is reading 15.00 laps. I've never seen that before. So I'm not sure if that means it's 15 laps or 16 laps we're going to see, but there's 5 minutes remaining. As far as Matsuke, where is he at the track at the moment? Oh, he's halfway through the track. So yeah, we're going to see 3 more laps, I'm pretty sure. He's got a 10-second lead at the moment. But yeah, this battle at the moment between Butler and Furtz is just starting to heat up again. So we have got a battle for the lead in the amateurs and a battle for the last podium position in the amateurs. So we've got quite a good finish on our hands.
Hugh Haycox and Oscar Coper, by the way, battling for 12th position. I think Haycox, he was 7th. I think he slipped off the track and he's gone down into 13th position. I do actually want to
he started 18th. He started 18th and he's recovered, Hugh. Started 18th, now 13th.
But he went up into 7th. He was 7th before.
Oh, he did, yeah. Yeah.
I'm actually trying to see where I can see that, but this battle is now starting to get primed, as Harry Wills is only 0.7 a second behind the car of Andrew Miller, the car number 14, and the car 95 battling it out. This will be, I think, this is the first real chance that Harry Wills has had in fighting for the lead since we've started these broadcasts, and it's an actual good thing, because he has done quite well in terms of pace. You know, at Barcelona, he didn't have the best luck. He got rang around like a rag doll. But, you know, you never say never. He could theoretically, if he puts the car in a correct place, he can put himself in the great position of being able to overtake on the last lap. I think that's what he's trying to do. Trying to set him up for the last lap. And he's got the slipstream to help him. But so does Andrew Miller does as well, because Adam Miles is not pulling away. He's giving him a tow. So it's a double tow as the two amateurs are now fighting for it. But there's also this fight. Oh, there's a three-way fight. Two pros are going side by side almost. Oh, Bradley Sellers going wide coming into first corner, losing 2 positions. So Kai asked, when you said it was comeback time, it is comeback time.
Oh, Rob,
what?
You know how we joked about before the race how it wouldn't be ready on TV if we slipped up? Bradley Sellers is an amateur.
Ow. I actually slapped myself quite hard.
There was a little bit of an error. When the surface went up. Bradley Sellers apparently is an amateur driver. So we've been talking about this battle for the podium. For the last podium spot. He's just losing it there. He's all right. I was saying we had that tour and that battle. There never was one, but there is now. There is now, as Butler is right behind Sellers. I can't believe I didn't see that. Oh, I'm so stupid.
I just saw the P, and I was like, yeah, it's a battle for all the pros. 3 pros battling each other. No, I got it wrong again. God damn it.
Right, Harry Wills is still trying to battle here against Andrew Miller, but we know the Ferrari does not have the top speed, and that's why the Audis are doing really well at Suzuka today. But the moment you've got Miller tucking right behind Miles, it's not on purpose. It's just the luck of the draw there. Miller is using that slipstream to his heart's content. I'm pretty sure we're on the last lap as well. Yes, we are. Yeah, my reading's gone 14.99. We're on lap 15, so this is the last lap with Matsuke at the moment going through the S's, or Snake. Forsyth is losing time on Hoggard at the moment, down into the battle for P5. That looks like that's also lost some ground. This battle for the lead for the amateurs is really heating up through the S's. Miller is trying his best to pull away from Wills. Now the issue he's got is every time he tries to pull away, he's got to make sure not to kill the pro driver of Miles in front of him. So it's a weird slope he's on at the moment. It's a bit of a jagged slope as he tries to win this battle.
The idea is that, you know, we've seen some last lap hurrahs, and I think hopefully Harry Wills has it in him to do that last lap hurrah, but he'll have a pro driver to contend with, because the pro driver is not pulling away. Adam Miles is not pulling away from the group of 3 right now. He's just giving Miller the tow he exactly needs to be able to contend against Harry Wills without actually having to battle him necessarily. He's got similar speed outputs and similar tow as Harry Wills, flashing the lights, looking like he wants to send it. Does he thought about it? He didn't.
Well,
coming through Spoon.
Let's just have a quick celebration. If Matsuke will cross the line, he will take the victory in the race. So that is the winner confirmed. A little bit of a weave and a little bit of a down to the pit lane. Matsuke will take the win. Hoggard on Forsyth and Fury will take that. We want to keep our eyes on this battle as they're coming up the back straight. Again, this is the same thing again for Wills and Miller. Miller has the advantage with the slipstream, and Wills just cannot get by. He will now wait and Miles just having a little bit of a weird line. It's going to be a drag to the finish right now. No, Wills had a bit of a backslide there. The back of the car slides out. Cannot complete a drag race there at the line. Miller will take the win in the amateurs, followed by Miller, Wills, and then Bradley Sellers in his first race. I will check that. For in his first race, will take P3 in the amateurs.
Hey, look at that. That's our car. And by the way, Adam Cristo, after falling all the way down, he comes up into a respectable 14th position. just ahead of Linus Tech now. They were fighting at the end there as well. But it seems as if that is near... Oh. Linus almost killing somebody. But that is near the end of the race as the rest of the contestants come across the line. And you can see there in the background, so much promise. Unfortunately, just having that incident where he did not take the start at having to start from the pits, but he came up into 25th position, starting all the way back in 38. So he climbed 13th position. That's pretty good.
I'm going to retire. I got it wrong. Bradley Sellers is meant to be pro. I thought he was saying he should be AM. No, he's pro. So Neil Butler gets third place in the amateurs. Everything I just said in the last 10 minutes, forget about it. I'm useless. Welcome to Rally on TV. If I had a brain, I'd be dangerous. So, with that said, with the race over, is the race over? It is. Let's go over this top 10, shall we? Go on, you can do it.
I'm scared. Alright, I'll start it, don't worry about it. So, the results from race 1. Let's go over them now. Boom! There we go. Sorry, I was just trying to see if it'll actually get up. Huge Spinella. Well done, guys, on your good race. Apart from the few incidents, it was very entertaining to watch. Race 1 is done, but race 2 is coming up, so don't go away. Here are the results. Starting from the top, Tim Matskick once again winning in supreme style, posting the fastest lap of the race with a 1:59.547. He's the only person on track to actually have done that during the race. And then we come to Jonathan Hoggard, Archie Forsyth in second and third, taking the podium there for the pros. Liam McNinch coming up back up to fourth after coming down to fifth after his incident at Dunlop. Malt Stumpf, Louis Egerton, Adam Miles, complete top 7 for pros. Sorry, I'm just trying to clear some hiccups. Andrew Miller takes the win for the amateurs. Harry Wills, a very respectable second place. Back to the pros again of Pascal Radschon in 10th position. Oscar Koper, after starting, I think he started all the way down in like some ridiculous position, like 30 something. 34th. Yeah, 34th. He gained 23 positions in that case and finished 38 seconds behind the leader. Bradley Sellers in 12th position. Neil Butler taking the final step on the podium for the amateurs. Hugh Spinella finished 14th after having a few close encounters with the wall. Christian Furs finishing 4th for the amateurs, 15th overall. Adam Christo, after having, I think there was 2 incidents in half a lap, was able to claw back and come up in 16th. Linus Techno wasn't able to pip him on the finish straight. He will finish 17th. Stefan Kurzman finishes 18th. Matt Heatrick finishes 19th. And Chris Miles finishes 20th.
Yep, and then for the back of the field, we've got James Goldstein into 21st position. Jack Hills in 22nd. Isaac Barkley into 23rd. Mark Bailey will take 24th. Joshua Mayer, after not taking the grid, which we will try and find that, he'll probably tell us, recovered to 25th after starting in the pits. Marius Yankee gets 26th. Sebastian Ryan, 27th. Simon Dodd, 28th. Josh Seymour was 29th, with Taylor Lane just behind him in 30th. Ben Smith into 31st, with Jonas Dreyer in 32nd. Chris Hamer, 33rd. Sorry, I'm just clearing my throat as well. With Tristan Iglesias having a rough race and finishing 34th. Then we come to the lap cards with Martin Pearson 1 lap down in 35th. Ryan Elliott 2 laps down in 36th. Callum Beaumont 5 laps down in 37th. And Carl Jacquelet 8 laps down in 38th.
That was a good first race. It was a shame that Liam McNinch did have his loss of car control coming out of Dunlop. Otherwise, we would have had a great race to the finish because he was keeping up with the car of number 8 Tim Matsky all the way through up until that point. So let's hope that he can actually get to it on the second race. Hopefully now.
Shall we grab the amateur people?
We shall try and grab the amateur people.
Because I believe they are all in a room by themselves. So, shall we join them?
Which room? Which one's that?
Midland Sim Racing.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Alive on Big
Oh,
Brother.
here they are.
Congratulations, we have first, second, and third here. Congratulations to the three of you.
Thank you very much. It was, yeah, I mean, if I wasn't the admin, I probably would have had a go there. But seeing as I run the show, I thought I've got to lead by some sort of example.
You never had it there. I had that covered. You had never had it.
I behaved, mate. I could have gone around the outside of chicane. Easy. That's an easy move.
I tell you what, it was fun watching the battle there because at one stage it didn't look like there was going to be any sort of fight in the lead of the amateurs, and then out of nowhere, here comes Harry, just going to make a move.
Yeah,
so that was really fun.
It was good. It was a good laugh.
But you were unable to, and I got to admit, I think Miller got a little bit lucky with the slipstream. Let's be honest. Let's be honest.
He was slowing me down.
He was.
I was quicker.
But when it came to the straights, you had to use that slipstream advantage. So, but I'll tell you who we can't forget about. We can't talk about Neil Butler. Once again, the Butler did it because a nice little battle there at the end, in the middle of the race there to get P3. A very scrappy battle as well. You had to make a few dodging moves there in the chicanes, I think I remember.
Yeah, I got to get the elbows out a little bit, but I was just annoyed because I binned it on my own on Spoon. Otherwise, I was right behind, I think it was Harry and Christian at the time. But yeah, got the elbows out and got through.
What was the conditions like out on track? Was it nice and calm? I noticed the temperatures weren't, completely boiling, which is always a positive. But 33 degrees, 35 degrees was right around where the average temperature was.
Yeah, it felt good to be fair. Say 130R was still as sketchy as ever, but
I mean, let's be honest. I think we all saw Harry Wills' practice laps around 130R. I'm not gonna call him out on it or anything because everybody was struggling. But everybody was struggling there. I think in the first lap we saw two cars spin at the exact same point on 130R. So, I gotta be honest. Did you take it cautious? Any of you guys take 130R cautious?
Yeah, really cautious. You have to. And
in practice, I could barely do a lap round there, doing it normally. So.
I think I got brave a couple of times and caught a couple of tenths out of Andrew, but realistically, it's a corner where you just grit your teeth and pray that you're still facing the right way at the end of it.
Yeah, once I was in first place, I knew I wasn't risking it at all.
No.
Well, that's I don't know. Rob, are you going to be getting ready with the RNG? Or are you setting that up?
Yeah, I am actually setting them up now. I'm just about to do it.
I'm just gonna say because I know I annoy people with this, but these guys from Midland Sim Racing and Harry, they will remember the old days of the National Lottery in the 90s. You'll remember when a random person named Dave on the street would get to pick the balls and pick the machine, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
Yes. See, I'm not the only one that still looks like that remembers the old days.
The main thing where Sarah from accounts was picking the balls.
Exactly.
And we've entered the dark room.
I flagged it already. I flagged it already as not made for kids. So.
That's fine. That's good. It's probably for the best.
I mean, iRacing did call us TVMA after our infamous clip from a few weeks ago. So I think we're all prepared. And it is 10 o'clock at night, so children should be ready for bedtime, I think. I wouldn't know. I'm not a parent. I don't know. So, okay, while we're waiting for this RNG, what would you like the number to be?
20.
The lowest one possible.
The lowest one possible, yeah, 20.
Which completely contradicts my original plan, but anyway.
So I think we're just waiting for Rob to get it ready, so I think we'll pop back into the other room and do some talking. But anything else you guys would like to say?
Watch out for carnage in race 2.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Well, you know the man to blame. It would have been the man controlling the machine. So if there's carnage, just blame Rob.
What? Why blame me?
You pressed the button. You sorted out the grid.
You're
I have
right,
actually-
Link. Nice low number.
I have pushed the button. Harry, do you mind giving us the number?
The number, drum roll, is 27.
Not bad. Take that.
We'll take that, won't we? That's not too bad. So,
I like how everyone's just like clapping. Yes, it's 27. It's not chaos. So
it's
It's not
well,
35.
it's not started yet. So, but yeah, we're gonna sort the grids out now. So thank you very much.
Just let
Yeah.
me go and it'd be good, Harry.
Yeah,
Neil.
as they are, brilliant. Yeah, it's the plan.
well, we will look forward to seeing the results after the race. But we wish you all the luck, all the best of luck. Go well, as they say nowadays, and see you out on the grid.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah, thank you very
Cheers.
much. Yeah, much appreciated. Well done on the stream again. It's cracking to watch. We'll be getting a beer after it and seeing all the blunders. So
Yeah, it's good laugh. It's good laugh watching you two.
yeah,
Well, thank you very much, and we'll
Thank
see
you
you
very
later.
much. And see you later, guys.
see you, mate.
Well, Craig, that was pretty good.
I think everyone's also cheering at it being just 27. I mean,
I think everybody agrees 27 is better than 35. It at least is not nearly everybody is going to die rather than some people are going to die.
you know who this actually works out well for? Linus Tech now, because now he's going to be about 10th. I think about 10th or 11th in the grid after having to start at the back of the field. That will really help him out there. So, actually, I think also Joshua Mayer misses out, but some of the guys that did have a bit of issues on that first race will actually feel the benefit of this, and not just like last time, because last time was just absolute chaos. I don't think anyone gained from it. We saw Mount Stumpf made his way up from 35th or something all the way up to win the race. So hopefully we don't get a situation like that again, touch wood, but I actually feel this could give us a really good race.
The reverse size is 27. Officially announced, it is 27 places. So not as bad as 35 or whatever ridiculous number I pulled out before back at Catalunya. It's at least a bit more bearable, and while we have the time here while we're just waiting for the server to be set up, going back over that race, that initial start was something else on that second race.
I mean, I do remember though. The issue was I was so fixated on what was happening at the front of the grid, and you were so fixated on what was happening on the back of the grid, because everything was happening everywhere. There were crashes before they even crossed the start-finish line. So, I mean, hopefully, touch wood and all that jazz. We shouldn't get that sort of incident this time. But you just never know with reverse grids. I'm not entirely sure who takes the poll on this. I don't have the stats handy on me at the moment. Do you? Or shall I just?
I think we'll just try and. I think it'll be given once we actually get the session up and running.
Yeah, we've already seen Team Matsgate is very happy with the outcome. Here we go. I might be able to see it now. Looking at the stats at the moment. Who was 27? Well, unfortunately, my YouTube has just decided to go to a really bad quality, so I can't tell who's 27. Okay, 27. We're almost there. Come on, it doesn't want to load.
Sebastian
22nd.
Rain, according to Linus.
Sebastian Rain takes it. Okay, thank you, Linus. That's very happy, very handy.
Very happy.
Very happy. I'm very happy. I think everybody's happy. Everybody's happy with 27. But yeah, no, just to give an idea. So Sebastian Rain will be pole, Marius Janke will be P2, and Joshua Mayer will be P3 if he takes the grid.
He has redemption. He has redemption. Yes.
Followed by Mark Bailey, Isaac Barkley, Jack Hills, James Goldstein, Chris Miles, Matt Heatrick, Stefan Kurtzman, and then Linus Technow. So Linus just misses out on the top 10, but he gets that 11th. So I was right when I was saying top 10, 11th there. So he will be the lead pro per se in the when it comes to the restart. So I think he's in a strong position. Touch wood, hope nothing happened. He's in a strong position, I think.
Well, here's hoping anyway.
Yeah, here is hoping. While we just wait for everything to start again, guys. Like I said, we if you do enjoy the racing, do enjoy the commentary as well. We are on Twitch. We are on YouTube. So give us a follow on Twitch. Give us a subscribe. A follow on Twitch and a subscribe on YouTube. Underneath, we have our link to our Discord and our live timings as well. A link as well to trackjams22.com, who provide our fantastic cameras, which once again showing some fantastic sights on the elsewhere on the track. If you want some more action, we'll be back Friday. I have hyped this race up so much. I mean, I've been so excited for the league races all season, and this has been fantastic to watch another great league race. But this Friday is the one race that I have been waiting for this season. You can take your Le Mans tracks, you can take your Spas, you can take your Daytonas, your Silverstones, your Interlagoses, your Imolas. No. This Friday night, join us at 1900 GMT.
We got a second race.
I know, but I gotta hype it while we're waiting for the second race. I gotta hype it. I'm sorry. I'm so excited. 1900 GMT this Friday. The ILMS series goes to the Nordschleife. I cannot wait. That is the race I have been waiting for. And you know that someone in our race actually has won a couple races in the GTEs around the Nordschleife this week. A certain Tim Matske.
I mean, he's just winning. He if he was interviewed, he'd be the definition of by winning, because he's just been like, win.
Also, I think the servers are live, by the way. I think it's fantastic how I had a bit of fun with him saying, "Oh, your fastest time in a GTE around the Nordschleife was an 8:01, but you did a sub 8 in a GTE." Then I remembered that they're on two different layouts. ILMS is going to the entirety of the GP circuit onto Nordschleife, while what they did in the GT3s last week was only half of the track. So the fact that he was able to almost get a sub 8 minute in a GTE on the long layout of Nordschleife was just scary. Like, the man's a monster.
Spooky.
Like, in the good way.
He's spooky. He makes me have a spook.
But no, I honestly, yeah. But Friday night, if you do, please do join us. I cannot promise good racing. I can promise some entertainment, though. That could include good racing. But wait and see. Like I said, I was looking at the results, and the LMP ones were doing 7-minute laps. The HPDs were doing 7-minute 30s, and the GTs were doing 8 minutes, whatever. So it's gonna, the GP section will be fine. Then they'll get onto the green hell, and it's gonna be absolutely crazy.
By the way, I think the session just launched, so we're getting back into it. Don't forget to subscribble if you are of the subscribbling type. If you don't subscribble, I'm sad.
Every person that doesn't subscribe, a kitten gets killed by nobody, because no one kills kittens. Who the hell's that crazy to kill a cat? I'm not even a cat man. You don't kill cats.
I'm just playing that back in my head. It's like, hang on a minute. What are we talking about killing cats?
You know how they're always like the thing is, if you don't do this, Jesus kills a kitten or something like that. You know, have you ever heard that? But
no.
Yeah, I was just like, you've never heard that? I've heard it.
I don't know what childhood you had. Well, I definitely
Was it a childhood? This was like 10 years ago.
Like in an ad or something?
No, it was just like online. Just people were saying it online.
I've heard of like, this is Bob, share him around YouTube comment sections to you know, make sure that he takes over the world. That was my kind of style of meme. But not the other way around.
Well, I think I've killed the viewers. We'll try and revive them with some drink.
And
alcohol is
entertainment.
now being sold at alcohol is now being sold at the bar, gentlemen. So get your rounds in.
Oh, it's getting into nighttime now, I think. What's the sim time? Yeah, it'll be going into nighttime this race.
Will it really? Let's have a quick look. It is just coming up to 7 o'clock sim times. So yeah, we'll have some. It's only 23 Celsius, so it's only about 4 Celsius lower, cooler than what they had previous. So that's interesting to see. When you see nighttime, you think to yourself sub 20 Celsius, but no 23. So we will see those 2-minute lap times, though. I'm pretty sure about that. So, but otherwise, can't really see anything blistering. It all depends really on where the top guys who are now at the back or near the back are going to finish. Matsuke is now going to be 27th. And if I seem to recall, at Barcelona, he had a crash, didn't he? He actually had a bit of an incident trying to fight his way back up. So it just shows that it's not all swings and roundabouts.
It's not all swings and roundabouts. By the way, I just have to deal with something. So if you could entertain them for 5 minutes, I'll be right back.
I shall entertain everybody. So we are on Suzuka, a very famous track, mainly in the F1 world. But it does get its comeuppance and gets a lot of things. The Super Formula in Japan. Then you've got the Suzuka. What's the endurance race? I always forget the endurance race there. I think it's Suzuka 12 hours. Yeah, Suzuka 12 hours. A very popular race as well, with a lot of international, a lot of international progress there. The Super GTs go there as well. So everybody goes there. It's a very iconic track, and I must admit, though, I will be one of those guys that will tell you right now that when Fuji tried to get on the F1 calendar and they had to alternate, I really wanted to see some more Fuji races, because that's just an amazing track. It's where you've got such a technical track of Suzuka with the S's and the hairpin and everything everything, the bridge, 130R, 200R spoon. You've got all those technical corners and slow corners. When it comes there, but with Fuji, it's just full speed. It's full speed all the way. It's such a wide track, lots of open racing. The longest straight in Grade 1, FIA Grade 1, I think it's still a Grade 1 track. I think the only track that's got a straight longer is the Nordschleife. So, but Suzuka, it's been a staple in motor racing for years. Of course, if you're older than me, and if you are older than me, why are you watching me? Because you shouldn't be watching someone like me. There's plenty of other better people than me. The old days, this would used to be the track that would finish the F1 season. We all remember that. We all see the clips of Senna and Prost. I've got a lump in my throat from Murray Walker. So it always has been like the curtain closer in the old days of the F1. Maybe one day we'll see it there again. I know it doesn't provide nowadays the best of racing, but at the same time, if you make it a final race, maybe it does produce the best of racing. I'm not sure. So it'll be interesting to see people's thoughts on that. I've got to be honest. That's my hot take for the day. Maybe Suzuka should be the curtain closer, but we'll wait and see. As we wait now, we're still getting everybody in the server. Almost there, to be fair. Also getting these car liveries loaded in now. Again, we've got representation of every class at the moment. So thanks to the Ford, we've got every car represented in the series. Not a lot of BMWs on a track like this at the moment. We haven't seen them. Bradley Sellers got into the, I mean, just sneaked into the, just outside the top 10 in the first race. Sorry. Will be interesting to see. My game keeps freezing for some reason. I'll try and fix that in a minute. But yeah, no BMWs. It's not a strong track for the BMWs. The McLarens have proven that they've got some good prowess around here. As I switch to Linus Tech now, coming around Dunlop and he spins, or just loses the car. But they do have some good speed here. But I mentioned before the Ferrari, not on high top speed. I think a lot of it as well is it's slow on acceleration. I remember last year before BOP changes and tire changes and stuff in the game, in the sim, sorry. Oh, that people getting mad now. I've called it a game when it's a sim. Ferrari used to be the car of choice for GT3, just for its top speed. Even start of last season, they kind of got the changes wrong to it last season, and the first two races were for the VRS season was Spa and I think Monza, and you can guess that everybody just raced the Ferrari. I think we're just waiting now for everybody just to make sure they're all okay. I do not have a grid list on me at the moment, but we know Sebastian Rain will be the pole sitter. I do know that much, and that's as much as I know, and unfortunately that's all I can help. We're gonna have to keep an eye because this will be a battle for the amateurs at the start of the race. So a lot of the front of the field will be the amateurs. I think Linus Tech now is the lead pro driver. I think it'll be about P11. So we will wait to see. Hope everyone's having a good day, by the way. Some good weather out there if you're in the England. Yeah, hope everyone's having a good day. It's a nice day, isn't it? So we shall wait and see. Anyone got any predictions, by the way? I know we got some fans of some drivers. I saw some fans for Hugh. We've always got some fans of the Ford in the chat as well. So it'll be interesting to see if we've got any people with any predictions. And I'm not going to do any sweepstakes on crashes or anything. That's wrong. That's wrong. We don't want to see crashes. You know, it's an entertainment stream, of course, and you get crashes. But no, we're here to watch some fine racing. At the end of the day, it's all about the racing and to see how these guys perform. They're racing for prizes. Points mean prizes, as they say. I'm showing my age. I'm showing my age. That's a Bruce Forsyth reference from the 90s. Points mean prizes. Golly, I can't believe I'm saying stuff like that at the moment. But that is the way. Just an indication of practice times at the moment for those going around. Linus Tech now fastest on the track at the moment. The track is still 23 Celsius. Today 1:59.690 on his second lap. Sorry, Limit Niche has just gone faster, but Linus is gonna not respond to anything else. Niche fired a 1:59.355, so some good times coming in. It's just practice laps at the moment, but you get a look at these for an indication of how the race is going to go. Oscar Copper, he is full fastest with a 2:03.11. Will he go faster this time around as he crosses the line? No, he does not. So the fastest amateur at the moment on track is Neil Butler, a 2:01.152. He's in a good position. I think he finished about 13th position in the first race. Obviously he got third place in the amateurs, but for the grid, be about the same place he finished. He's actually in a good position. So the lead amateurs in the last race are sitting comfortably together. Who knows? Maybe they'll they'll do a little bit of teamwork and try and work their way back in. Of course, two of them part of Midland Sim Racing in their lovely little black Ferrari. Yes, I know. I talk about the Ferraris. I don't like red Ferraris and trading paints. They all are red. It's a little bit boring. That's my gripe. So, yeah, a black Ferrari with a bit of a blue front here from the Midland Sim Racing. Why the hell not? As I say that, he just comes in contact with Archie Forsyth going through the chicane. Oh, that was clever of me. I've initiated the commentator's curse.
I come back and all I hear is, "Damn it! Why? It's not a. It's thank God it's not a red Ferrari."
I think we're waiting on everybody. I think we may have been waiting on you. I'm not sure.
Really? Come on now.
Wow.
I'm not
We
that
might
slow.
have.
I'm not that slow.
I finally looked at Discord and there was an offer to do an interview to pass time. I didn't see it, so that was really stupid of me. But we could have had some interviews here. Like I said, I don't see the grid slots for the next race, so I'm not entirely sure. But they're going to go live in 30 seconds, and I don't know how long ago that was. So, yep, we were waiting for you, Rob.
Oh, how are you? Oh no, oh no. But I used that time very well. I've gotten some more water. I've freshened up. Looked outside. It's still raining here in Ireland. And
I said it was sunny here as well. I actually did a weather chat.
Oh, well.
And I said it's sunny. I said it's sunny everywhere, hopefully. And then you just come back in, yeah, we've had rain all day.
Yeah, we've had rain. It's all rain.
Right. So they're now gridding. So we can now look at this reverse field. And as we said, Sebastian Rain is on pole. Followed by Marius Yankee. Followed by the cursed Ford of Joshua Mayer. Mark Bailey will take 4th, Isaac Barkley 5th, Jack Hill 6th, James Goldstein 7th, Chris Miles 8th, Matt Heatrick 9th, Stefan Kurtzman 10th. Then Linus Technow will take 11th, the lead pro for this race. Beside him will be Adam Christo, also a pro. Christian Furtz in the Radeon TV car will be 13th. Hugh Haycox will take 14th. Neil Butler 15th. Bradley Stellers 16th. Oscar Copper 17th. Pascal Radshaw will take 18th. Harry Wills 19th and Andrew Miller will take 20th.
Adam Miles 21st. Louis Egerton in 22nd. We then have Maut Stumpf in 23rd. Lee McNinch in 24th. Archie Forsyth 25th. Jonathan Hargar 26th. Tim Matsky 27th. And then that is the reverse grid. And then as the rest of them are still in the same position as they were before, it's a whole lot of amateurs. And then just Linus Techno and Adam Christo in the middle of them.
We'll try and do our best to keep an eye in the middle of the field where all the cars that should be there are going. But Sebastian Rain, for the first time this season, takes them single file through the chicane. We'll see the pace car go into the pits now. He's going to make a decision where he wants to go. Ooh, a little bit of touchy at the back then, just not expecting a little bit of a slow. He thought they'd be gunning for it. He waits for the green flag all the way to the line. He keeps them waiting quite a while here.
Jack Hills, sorry, is being mounted. Jack Hills has been mounted by...
Oh my God! He's still getting mounted at the front though. Joshua Mayer.
Oh, it's a disaster.
Oh no! I was trying to say Joshua Mayer takes second position away from Yankee, and Barkley makes up a couple places into P5. So it's Ryan Mayer, Yankee at the moment. We're going to keep an eye down for the rest of the field at the moment. Christo's made up a few spots. He's fighting around the S's. Linus Tech now hasn't made anything up by the looks of it, as Christo and Kurtzman trying to weave their way through. Where are our last race leaders at the moment? Matske sitting down at the moment. Looks like he's okay. McNinch is also fine. I do not see anybody else at the moment.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Did you see a car go flying?
Yes, you did. Oh my God, poor Louis Egerton. Just flies. Oh, let's see that again. That's going up on. I've just witnessed a murder. I just witnessed a man getting murdered.
Oh my god!
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Edgerton.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, but... Whew. You went flying.
Right, I think Barkley's gone wide through Spoon, but he does keep his position on Yankee. Yankee is in a battle at the moment with Mark Bailey, but at the front, I am not joking, at the front, the Ford is making a move, coming up to 130 yard. Ray takes the inside. Mayer will have to take the outside. Mayer takes the lead. Rain gives it up. You are not going to believe it when I say this. The Ford is in the lead.
By the way,
And you
where...
have gone shocked.
Yeah, I have gone shocked. I'm just trying to figure out where is the car of Harry Wills. Sorry, just having a incident. Where is that? That is through Spoon. Oh, and there's a car behind him, Mulch Stumpf, with... Oh, that's not a nice looking car, and the engine is spluttering smoke out of the back. I'm trying to figure out where is the car of... Where is the car of Adam Christo? Car number 70. Where is he? Oh, he's up in 6th position. He's climbed several places. I didn't think he actually made it out of the initial carnage, but the man of the show is this one, as Sebastian Rain runs wide, giving Isaac Barkley the position. Isaac Barkley is now able to full-on attack as he's coming through Dunlop, not getting out of sorts, and keeping it nice and clean.
Christo goes around the outside of Degnan 1 to take Mark Bailey. Sorry to cut in there. He went around the outside to take that P5 from Mark Bailey. He is on the charge. Line of attack now in 9th position. Meanwhile, in front of them, Sebastian Rain is trying to keep onto the back of Barkley, as Mayer is trying to pull away. The little Ford that could on its own, is trying to pull away here, doing everything he can. But then when they come out of Spoon, that will be the slipstream battle, and that might make a big difference as they come across the line with this when they get into the slipstream. Where is the gap between Barkley and Mayer? Mayer's not a good Spoon. Gap is now 0.8 of a second. Meanwhile, between Barkley and Rain is 0.6. Then you go look at Yankee and Christo. There's only 0.3 between the two of them. It's a Mercedes versus a McLaren. There won't be a move here for Christo yet. Will he set himself up for the chicane? Will he go for a move? The back of that McLaren is sliding. He wants to look for it. He has to tuck straight back into the behind the Manatee. But it's looking pretty good at the front at the moment. I'm really looking at this, really loving this. As Stefan Kurtzman has had a bit of a spin and is now sitting in P10 by the looks of it. He's pitting.
I think he might have. I don't think he has damage. It doesn't look damaged, that car. What's happened?
He had a bit of a knock. I know he had a bit of a knock going into Spoon, but apart from that, I can't see anything.
A sad face coming from Louis Egerton. I'm sorry, Egerton. I had to replay the rocket ship. You know the song Rocket Man? You were playing that in the car. You know, it was just like, and I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round to get to find my Audi R8 is not a rocket ship. Oh no, but I'm a rocket man.
If you're gonna sing it, can you at least do the William Shatner version?
I mean, would I get copyright strike if I did that? I think if I did the impression, but I just did Rocket Man standard version TM, as Adam Christo is now in 4th position. He is the lead pro at the moment in a sea of amateurs, but he's not too far ahead of this man, Linus Stecknow, the number 13 in pro, or no, well, the number 13 car in pro. He is. Stop! My ears are bleeding. I'm sorry. I had to do it, but he is just under a second behind the fellow car of Marius Jank. By the way, Linus Techno gained 2 positions that entire lap, or through that lap, and he's steaming fast towards the rear end of Marius Jank. So let's see what good stuff he can do when he's trying to catch the rest of the the rest of the crowd in 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3 are all taken up by amateurs at the moment. Where is the car number 8? Where is it? It is still in 27th. Tim Matsky is not...
Adam Christo just took P3, sorry.
Sorry, just to cut across. Jonathan Hoggard has... he took a bit of a spin in Casio Triangle, and he's now down in 28th position.
Yeah, Matsuke's made it to 26. We're just saying Matsuke's just gone purple. The only time under 2 minutes. Before that, it was Linus Tech now going purple. As Matsuke tries to go around Snake, he takes Miles. He'll set himself up now. He's behind McNinch, and these two, they finished 1 and 2. It looks like there's a bit of a bend on Matsuke's wing, or am I just looking at that wrong? Yeah, it looks like there's a bit of a bend. Shouldn't affect it too much.
A bit of a touch. But,
yeah, a bit of a touch.
A bit of a touch. But he's in 25th right now. He's going to have a long 22 minutes. He started in 27th position, remember. He's in 25th at the moment. But he'll have a sea of cars to try and get through to make up positions.
Everyone's been going faster in that last lap, apart from Sebastian Rain. Adam Christo is on the defense with Sebastian Rain behind him. As this Joshua Mayer for the lead, Isaac Barkley is catching up there. Mayer had a bit of a bad middle sector there coming through Degner. So the gap now between these two is just about half a second in the blue Ferrari against the Manatee Ford. Doing the best they can to catch up here. Christo will be trying to catch up, and it won't be an instant. We have seen him just blaze through the field. Won't be that instant. Just like Linus Tech now, right now. He's got past Yankee. Now he's after Rain. Rain started pole, remember, sitting now P4. So in touching distance of P5. It's due to happen when you've got these pros that had a bad first race, will just gain the advantage of having that better start, and that's what we're seeing. But Rain, it's all about keeping as high up as he can in the lead, as Tech now almost goes off there, taking a bit too much curb on the inside of the first turn. But the gap now is 0.3 of a second between Barkley and Mayer at the front of the field.
I just had a look, by the way. Louis Egerton put an image in the chat just showing how much repairs he has. He has 1 hour of repairs.
And that's 1 hour 19 minutes of required repairs. Also, the car fired into the pits. So iRacing is telling him that he's got a 50-second stop and go penalty because he sped in the pits.
He was in the air.
He went through the pits, did he not? He went into the grandstand.
But his wheels were not on the ground.
Well, his wheels must have landed sometime. Well, I don't want to be horrible to Louis, but we'll have to watch that back after the race.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was just madness.
Absolutely. As we see Linus Tech now coming up on the car of Sebastian Rain. Sebastian losing control in Spoon. He's going to be losing a few positions now. He's coming back on the track in a nice... Oh, when I say that, he came back onto the track when there was a gap, but the cars just closed in on him fast. So he's in a gaggle of, well, a lot of amateurs right now, and a few pros sprinkled in there. He's able to keep his position. Oh, this is looking... I'm going to keep the cameras on this group because this is just a line of cars at the moment as...
Oh no! Yankee's gone off! Marius Yankee has gone off at the chicane. What has happened there? Oh, he went too hot into the chicane. Tech now was going slow in front of him. He actually went off as a survival move. He had nowhere to go, and if he kept going straight, he would have taken out Tech now. So, in all due fairness, you've got to give the respect to Marius there, because he saw what was going to happen. He made an aversion, and it paid off there. As much as he lost a few spots, he just saved two drivers' race there instead of, he's ruined his race, but he saved another person's race. So good respect there.
By the way, Adam Christone touching the rear end of the car of Isaac Barkley. He's gone past him now. He touched the rear end coming into Casio Triangle, but not too much damage on the front end. And he's now going to be chasing down the car of Joshua Mayer, who's now 2 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. And he's hoping that he can keep it there for as long as he can, but the lap time last lap for him was a 2:01.2550. Verdim Adam Crystal was a 2:01.709 with traffic. So with clean air, Adam Crystal can put the hammer down and chase him down.
You know what? There's one pro we have not talked about, and I mentioned that all his work at the start of the race, and he's now going to be doing midfield. Oscar Copper has made up 12 spots at the moment. He is sitting P5. So at the moment, there is shortly going to be a queue of McLarens, because a second and a half in front of him is Tech now. And I'll tell you what, I'm watching Copper right now, and there's nothing cooler than seeing the flame spit out the back of Tech now's McLaren in the darkness. It looks fantastic.
You were about to say Mercedes, weren't you?
My M's get a bit... You know, McLaren Mercedes was a team at one stage in my life. So, I always get that wrong.
Unfortunately, Ted Kravitz can't tell you what the team name is now. It's all about RSR Esports for Oscar Cooper, chasing down the IPR, Impulse Racing car number 13 of Linus Techno. The lap times between the two of them are... Linus Techno did a 2 minutes.
Oh, Rob, sorry. Rob, we've had a big incident in the chicane. A big incident in the chicane. Let's see what happened here. Sebastian Ryan gets rear-ended by Archie Forsyth. He's then got nowhere to go. Archie Forsyth flits over the car there, and Neil Butler's got nowhere to go. He avoids it, but the car behind of Bradley Sellers is not aware of it. He hits the brakes hard, and he gets rear-ended by Mark Bailey. And those two then cause incidents. And so, wow, a bit of an incident there. About 4 cars are involved in that.
I'm just looking at... Oh, the number 7 car was definitely trying to stop. He's squirreling under braking, trying not to hit the car, but unfortunately it's just not enough. By the way, he's the only BMW at the race at the moment is Bradley Sellers, so he's still going, even with a little bit of a nudge on the back, but he's down in positions. He's currently 27th. As we see a car, I think that's Dodd. It is Dodd. Dodd having a nice vacation in Degner too, giving the position to Bradley Sellers. He's now down in 27th himself. Just want to replay that just very quickly. And I just want to see what exactly happened there. So we see the car 49 of Simon Dodd. What happened here? I think he might have taken... No, he did, just lost control, keeping it out of the wall, going for a nice vacation in Degner too. But he's having to give the position because he'll have a furlough black flag for cutting the course.
Quite a bit of a jump there. So let's just keep an eye on this front of the field, because Tech now has gone past Isaac Barkley. Copper is a second behind, but very shortly the top 3. Well, the top 3 at the moment is an amateur pro, and then it's an amateur and a pro. So they are making their way up. Radshaw, P4 in the pros, is now 9th. Archie Forsyth has made up 15 spots. He's in 10th. Tim Matzgay has made up 15 as well. He's now in 12th. Just as we talk about, just going around the first turn, overtaking Neil Butler. We can't forget about Neil Butler here. He's made up 4 places himself, but he was the P3 in the amateurs first race. So doing a good job there himself. Anything else at the back? I can't see at the moment. Oscar Copper is still trying to get past Isaac Bartley. Well, get close enough to get past Isaac Bartley, but in all due fairness, Mayer is matching the race pace of Christo, and with 15 minutes left in the race, I can't see the likes of Matzgay and Forsyth coming back up the field to take them. So, I mean, Tech now will have to get past Christo and try and catch up with Mayer. I think that's the only way we might see a battle here for the lead. But at the moment, Christo is unable really to make any serious inroads on this Ford's lap times.
Yeah, you can see them going through Spoon 2 at the moment. And Christo and Linus second will be the more closer battle, because Christo is 1.5 seconds behind Mayer, but he's only 1 second ahead of Linus Tech now. So with the tow that Linus can get, just a little bit of tow from the Mercedes, And yes, I say Mercedes because I like to pronounce it that way. The Mercedes of the car number 70, Adam Cristo, trying to chase down. Oh, he took two tenths off him in the Casio triangle, and he's still cutting down time. It's now 1.25 seconds. Going down the straight, he might have a chance at the moment. Ooh, it's flashing lights as Oscar Coper gets ahead of Isaac Blackley. So it's now a amateur, pro, and then an amateur for your top 6. So it's 3 pros, 3 amateurs at the top 6 at the moment.
Yeah, just to get an idea of the lap times, Mayer did a 201.661 last lap. Christo with a 201.145, but behind him, now on his tail, was Technow, who did a 2-minute flat .725. It's not the fastest times they've been doing at the moment, but you can see that these lap times are pretty fast. He's really made some inroads there, coming through Degner 1 and 2. In fact, we could be seeing a move coming into Spoon, I would reckon, as there's now 0.2 of a second between the two of them coming up into the hairpin. They'll be hitting 200 R shortly. If Technow can get a good exit here, and he does, I think he's got an overtaking move coming up here, so we'll just keep an eye on this. 200R coming around. He cannot get the slipstream. Christo will have to defend at his best, but will Technow try and send this? I'm not sure. He just wants to hold off. So yeah, he's holding off, just maybe waiting for maybe 130R, I reckon.
He'll have a longer straight to do it, and a much more what's the word?
Not if
for
he
it?
does that though. Not if he does that though. He went a little bit on the Astro, coming out of Spoon 2. So I doubt he'll be able to make a move now. He lost a bit of time. These two are catching Maya though. In all due fairness, they are catching the Ford finally. Maybe Tech now being right behind Christo has made Christo just push on a bit more, but is doing the best he can at the moment. The gap now between the leader and Christo is 0.7, and then it's 0.4 between Christo and Tech now. So quite a bit of a gap here. They've got 6 laps to go. Sorry. As we see, what else do we see at the moment? Copper is trying to catch them. Matsuke, let's go on Matsuke watch at the moment. He's only P10, with Forsyth there behind him, and actually it looks like McNinch, yeah, just getting by, but McNinch has had some, McNinch has some damage. Was that Matsuke? Yeah, I'm looking at both of them and I can see a difference, but because it's dark I can't tell who's got the most difference, but it looks like McNinch might have some damage to the rear of his car, while Matsuke's got some damage to the rear wing. And the funny thing is, it's the same side for both of them, which is throwing me off even more.
Just look at the wing. So the way that we're telling them apart now is look at the wing. If it's straight, it's McNinch. If it's bent, it's Matsuke. He's in 10th position, chasing down Pascal Radshun coming through Dunlop. Oh, Pascal Radshun touching the brakes coming through Dunlop onto Degner, and Matsuke just making that look like it was easy butter. And now he's up into 9th position, chasing 8th his teammate Marius Jank.
Yeah, chasing Jank, but we got to keep an eye on this battle at the front again. They are catching the Ford, they are catching Mayer, but at the same time, and that's a better line from Tech now. That's a much better line from Tech now. He takes the Astro again though, but Christo in the Mercedes has the slipstream, but Tech now also has the slipstream, so he's not been able to make a move at the moment. I think if we're going to see an overtake here, it's going to be a send from Tech now, but with 10 minutes to go, I doubt he'll do it. So maybe they're going to wait to get by this Ford, and how this Ford is still leading is just an amazing achievement. Not just seriously, just with how that car drives. I saw that from 130R with the car bumping and bouncing. It's crazy, and he's on a direct drive wheel. We have to mention that he is on a direct drive wheel.
He's letting them by, so he's done the right thing. He's let them by. I think he knew in the heart of hearts that he couldn't keep it up forever, but he's still in the lead of the amateurs, and if he gets P3 overall, that would be great.
Yeah, if he just gets on the podium for the amateurs, that would be a huge achievement, because he's not had the best of luck in the first few races, so that will be what he'd be after. And I think a lot of people are really looking forward to seeing what the Ford can do at the front of the field. As I think a lot of the Manatee guys were quite excited to see Joshua at the front there at the start. So The gap now between Technow and Christo is 0.3 of a second, but now there's no one holding up Christo. So Technow can do the push, and actually Christo's had a bad Degner, and they're going to go side by side into the hairpin. They're going to be careful here, got to be careful, and rightfully so. No, they're not yielding. Christo had a lot of confidence here, side by side. Keeps the position. Great racing between these two. They'll do it again, go through Spoon. Mayer's behind them, and behind them is Copper. Well, this could be a little bit dicey here. Maybe Mayer just pulls over to one side, lets Copper go through, and just not let anything happen. But no, they're still going side by side, still going single file here. Tech now, he has to get on the brakes a bit. He wants to go faster through the through Spoon. Can he hold on to it? Again, he takes it really wide at Spoon. He's got the slipstream now. Can he make a move into 130R?
Let's see now. The camera's trained on the car of Adam Christo. You'll see if Linus makes a move. He doesn't through 130R, but I think Christo might have slightly compromised his line. Diving on the inside. No, Linus does not make the move, so more than likely he'll make the move coming down into first corner, which is first corner. I keep having to emphasize, it's just like, oh, it's first corner. The flashing lights from Oscar Cooper in signaling he wants to get past Joshua Mayer, as the two cars of 70 and 13 going side by side. No, he wanted to, but he just didn't have the distance on Linus Technow. Or sorry, Linus Technow didn't have a distance on Adam Christo to seal the deal going into first corner. And Joshua Mayer is in a sandwich. The sandwich supreme, I would reckon it, of the top four at the moment, as Isaac Barkley is now trailing them by 3.5 seconds. Let's see if Mayer pulls off to one side to let him pass. It's not really, there's no real safe way of doing it in this kind of situation. You'll just try and do it naturally. Again, Oscar Cooper flashing his lights, asking if Mayer can give up the position, as again Adam Christo and Linus Technow battle side by side going into the hairpin. Joshua Mayer letting Oscar Cooper by. Oscar Cooper diving to the inside. He's Joshua Mayer giving a hell of a lot of flashes coming through 200R, and you can just hear you can just about see the Ferrari in the background chasing down Isaac Barkley's chasing down Joshua Mayer for position. But at least now Joshua Mayer will have the slipstream of the car in front of him to keep himself in tow and keep the gap between the two of them constantly increasing. The gap between Joshua Mayer and Isaac Barkley now at the moment is 2.8 seconds. That's what the tow does, really. It gives you about 1/10 of a second on a good long straight. And if Mayer can keep good corners going, he can keep... Well, the bounciness of that car through the hairpin is saying otherwise, but still going strong with first position for the amateurs, but he needs to keep the tow.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on this in the lead at the moment. For the amateurs, it will be Mayer, Barkley, Heatrick will be your 1, 2, and 3. Tech now wanted to make a move, and Christo, he knows how to defend Christo, doesn't he? I mean, that's just years of experience of a pro driver. Does his best defensive work there, and notice how he actually keeps up the momentum. Normally, if that was me, you know, I'd be on the inside, I'd be compromising my exit. So, keeps a lot of momentum going as they keep battling here. Copper has to play safe here. I talk about it all the time. He's going to be that guy at the back that just watches these two go, watches these two battle themselves out, and when they've got nothing left to give, one of them's going to crash, the other one is going to recover, and Copper's just going to go, thank you very much, I will take the position. Once again, Tech now with a better line out of Degner 2 coming up to the chicane. He knows that he can't go side by side. He knows that, because look at this, Christo again going. That's a slow though. That's a slow exit for Christo. Tech now may have to move here. 0.2 of a second is the gap. We've got to keep an eye on Copper. He's just going to be playing it safe. Where does Christo go now? He takes the inside. He takes the middle. Sorry. He's making Tech now second guess his moves, and that is what you want to do if you want to defend. You want to make the opponent not know what you're doing. Be predictable, but enough to ask the questions, and that's what he's done as they go now into the back straight with a lap car in front of them. Oh, hang on one second. Hang on one second. Are we going to see a pinch? Are we going to see a pinch? No. They just get by, but Christo's going to be on the inside of 130R. Tech now on the outside. He has to brake because he's not fully there. So again, Christo takes it. Every time Tech now wants to make a move, he cannot. Christo has a defense up his sleeve.
Well, I think there's more and more of a gaggle forming as they come around. Remember, Isaac Barkley is in for position. Just passing by. Who's gone into the pits there?
That's James Goldstein, a lap down.
So, not too bad. Hopefully, he's all right. But
where's Matsuke? Where is Matsuke? Well, he's P7 at the moment with Ninch and P10. We got to keep an eye on them because they are the guys that were trying to make their way up the field. But that's not who we should be focusing on at the moment because this battle is just amazing. With Tech now so close to Christo through Snake, with Copper just waiting for his moment. A wide line there into the entrance of Dunlop from Christo might cost him here. They're going to go side by side into Degna 1. Christo wants to try and block him off. He will take the inside. Got to be careful. Tech now almost going off at the Degna 1. Hits the brake. That's also now Copper behind him. This is absolute carnage. It's carnage in like the chaotic neutral way. Like these guys are touching, but they're not crashing, and they're giving each other respect at the same time. It's just fun to watch, and Mayor's literally right there just going, I like this, but at the same time, Barkley is now gaining on me because I'm watching these guys do nothing but fight and defend.
I mean, as an amateur, what can you do? There's nothing else you can really do other than sit behind the pros and just keep the toe in. You can see Isaac Barkley just edging ever so slightly towards him. He just needs to keep the distance. He just needs to keep up with these guys and hope that they give him the toe when he absolutely needs it. Adam Christo about to leave him on their final lap now. And Linus, I think, is getting extremely not
Agitated.
agitated. Yeah, he wants that position. He knows he can get that position, but Christo is definitely not letting him have it without a fight as they go towards the wall. The multi-21 incident springs to mind when, going side by side into turn 1. Christo on the inside.
No!
Tech now. Oh!
Tech now solid, but he's lost P2. He's lost P2, but he has managed to keep P3. Mayer avoided him, so now Copper gets to go. Copper with the last lap here. A bit of a twitch coming to the exit of the Snakes, but he is doing everything he can right now. Now he's the one attacking. Now Copper is going to be a different type of attacking from Tech now. He might not put his nose there and he might not ask the question. He might go for the stance, we'll see. Through Degna 1, keeps it safe. Does he send it through Degna 2? Nowhere to go. Christo again with the start, but he's going to go around the outside of Degna 1. And they touch. He does not get the position. Now Tech now is going to go side by side with Copper onto the hairpin. They go side by side. Tech now around the outside, and they're both getting held up from Christo. So Christo's in the lead. Tech now and Copper are side by side through 200R. Tech now does get P2 back. At the same time, though, Copper will want to make a move. Oh my days, this is fantastic. Will they make a move going into Spoon? No, they don't. Rob, can you take the final lap? Can you take the final part?
I can't take the final part. Adam Christo, Linus Tech now, Onster Cooper going towards the backstretch now. They will be fighting for P1. It's a three-way duel coming into the last 3 corners of the race. It'll be Casio Triangle, 130R, last curve. Linus Tech now looking to see if he can make a move on the inside or on the outside. Any which way, he needs to make a move now. This is the last. Oh, a little bit of a squeeze. Oh, he's going wide. Holding up Oscar Coper. Oscar Coper's not able to make a move. This is the final drag straight to the end. They're flashing their lights. What an epic finish for Adam Christo. He takes P1. What a finish that was.
Oh, we've got to talk about the Ford winning the amateurs as well, as Joshua Mayer wins the amateurs. I mean, this is crazy. At the same time, some positions at the end just going on as well. I'm lost for words. What a race, and a bit of argy-bargy at the end of the race there as they come together. But fantastic. Oh no, they were doing a bit of a spin. There was no argy-pargy. Adam Christo was doing some donuts to celebrate.
I've only got one thing for both Adam Christo and Josh Amir. Can you guess what it is?
What's that?
It's applause time.
Hey! Wow, I'll tell you what. Someone needs to clip that and put that and send that to iRacing. That's a top 10 worthy finish there, because how those guys kept it clean in that final lap was absolutely incredible. I'm lost for words with just how well they did that, because there was chaos waiting to happen there, and they've done amazing. I'm lost for words.
As am I. I'm actually getting hiccups right now trying to breathe. But what an epic finish that was. Adam Christo taking the win from Linus Tech Now and Oscar Coper, the three of them battling right up until the end. Linus Tech Now getting loose coming into turn 1 on the final lap, then having to deal with the fact that, you know, there's a big red machine called Oscar Coper, and he's looking for his slice of pie, slice of W. And yeah, that was absolutely amazing. I want to actually replay that final corner. So let's get...
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's get in, because I see someone in the waiting room. So while you get ready for that, I will say good evening to our race winner with one hell of a finish. Hello, Adam. I didn't think I'd see you back here. Welcome to the winner's circle.
Woohoo! Oh man,
Actually,
what a race!
While I just do that, I will bring in Oscar as well. I don't think we've got Linus, but I will bring Oscar. Good evening, Oscar, as well. You two had one hell of a final lap there. I don't think Linus is about to talk, but I mean, we'll start with Adam. How? I mean, your experience in pro racing helped you with the defense there, but how did you pull it off?
I just knew that I had to try and make the thing as wide as possible, and Suzuka isn't the easiest of circuits to overtake on anyway, so I just knew that I knew where I was weak compared to the McLaren. The McLaren in the middle of the circuit is so fast. There's a double right-hander, and literally I just couldn't do anything about it, like them being there or the speed that they had. So basically I just backed them up there. That's all I could do. And then I knew where I was a little bit stronger, and I knew if I just put it in the middle of the circuit or closer to the inside on the hairpin, where I was probably most at risk, then I'd be all right. But yeah, it was an awesome race. So yeah, Linus was right with us, and he almost went all the way around the outside of turn 1 and turn 2, but I just like rolled off the brake a little bit and just washed him out. And actually, I think at that point he lost second, but he managed to get it back at the infield hairpin. So it was a pretty epic battle all the way through. But I'll tell you what, that bloody Ford seemed to be seriously quick in that race. I was like, right, okay, let's try and catch him up and get into the lead. And obviously, I think they've worked pretty hard on the setup, and there's been a few little updates as well since last week. So I don't think we quite have our same advantage on the straight as we did last week. But in the end, I suppose it made it pretty exciting. And just watching some of the replays, I almost cooked it into the final corner. But
Yeah,
I just knew if I kept them on the outside, then I knew I was pretty safe to keep my position.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll talk to Linus here. We've got Linus here finally as well. Linus, I mean, that was some great racing, some respectful racing, and you did have a little moment into the first turn at the end there, but how you fought back to get P2, and also some of the fights you had as well. I remember seeing you and Adam side by side in the hairpin. That was one hell of a race, and if that was me, I'd be binning it in some of those situations and binning both drivers. So I've got to applaud you. But I mean, that final lap though, losing second and getting it back, that must have been nerve-wracking.
Yeah, that was overall quite a crazy race. I think it was somewhat close behind Adam all race, and I think I tried moving pretty much every corner of the track, but just couldn't make it stick anywhere. Yeah, then last lap I thought all or nothing pretty much into turn 1, because it would have been hard to get a good chance anywhere else on the circuit. And yeah, I lost it a bit at the second apex and had a slight contact, but yeah, lost second place. Then Oscar tried, I think, in Digna 1 to pass and like got a bad exit. So I had a good chance into the hairpin, got P2 back, but yeah, also couldn't make it stick again in the last hairpin because yeah, Adam was defending really strong all race, and I don't know, ran out of ideas what to do to get past.
Yeah, no, we've got Oscar here as well, who came P3. Did have P2, but you did have a little bit of a moment just coming into Degner, Oscar. But I mean, you had probably the best seat out of everybody, just watching those two for almost the whole race, just battle it out at the front there. But almost had it there. I mean, if you weren't racing, would you have said that was good? That would you have enjoyed watching that? But of course, you were also racing, waiting for the moment there. So. I don't know what your thought process was. If you could take us through your thought process during that crazy final lap.
Well, I saw that Linus got a bit wide in turn 1, so that was my opportunity to take second. I was hoping to at least get one chance on an attack on Adam. I was on the outside of Degner 1, and he slowed me down out of Degner 2, so that Linus could pass me back for P2. And basically during the entire race, I was just hoping one of them would make a mistake, so I could be the happy third and take away the win. But it wasn't like that. It was just amazing racing from both of you in front, and so much respect everywhere. It's good to see and good to be part of it as well.
To be honest, it's what I found with the online racing. It's very easy to make a little mistake, and that little mistake can spin the car in front, or it can spin yourself. And so that's what I was thinking. That right, okay, let's just try and give each other enough room, but make obviously as close as we can, just to not have that little bit of contact, or just check up on the corner. And so both of you drove really great, and just watching some of the slow-mos. And I suppose out of the three of us, I was probably the loose cannon. And I think it was down to you guys that it was so clean. So no, brilliant job by both of them.
Thanks. You really deserved the win. That was an astounding defending. Couldn't say otherwise.
I suppose I've had a little bit of practice in real life doing some of this, so I suppose that may have given me a little advantage. But like I said, it's so easy just to have a little tap in this, and it can be the end for everything. But no, it was a lot of fun for sure. Yeah, definitely enjoyed that.
I think I described it in the commentary. It was defending where you were making Linus second guess himself of where to go. I don't know if that was what it was, but it just felt like to me where you were just putting your car in those positions where, oh, I could go to the inside, but it's the outside there. You know, it was some. It wasn't I wouldn't say masterclass, because that would basically almost just be, you know, being fantastic, you know, but it was great defending there, which is you know, in some places I think I've seen some pros in the VR from the VRS and Porsches were talking about aggressive defending and the right defending. I think that whole race was really like a good insight and a good example of how to do some good defending as well. And like we were saying, with the respect from all three of you not to crash, not to send it, because you know, at any moment there could have been that inkling of, oh, I've got a minute left, I've got 2 minutes left. I don't know if it ever dawned on you, Linus, if you had, or Oscar, if you had a chance to dive anybody there, but just the respect. Yeah, I think you attempted. I think that you tried to go into Degner, and I think you just had to hit the brakes a bit on Degner 1. But yeah, just how aggressive you could have been, I think, was really dictated with where Adam was putting his car. It was so much good respect out of the three of you.
I think I would have been a little bit more aggressive if it wasn't my teammate in front of me. I've had a couple opportunities to send it down the inside on the hairpin because he was sent wide by Adam. And if it was anyone else, I would have parked it on the apex and took second there. But it's also like a bit of a team effort. We need
you guys definitely ended up with the most points out of the team championship from that race for sure. So in fact, I'm just watching. Oh, there was a small. In fact, I think the biggest touch that we had during that race was after the race, whilst I was trying to do the donut.
That says enough, does it?
Yeah, exactly. Well, as long as it's always okay. There shouldn't be any contact at any point, but that shows how clean it was. I had a bit of contact with I think it was Isaac in the Ferrari going into the final chicane, and I just misjudged the brake, but thankfully it didn't ruin anyone's races. But it definitely crunch the front of the car, and I think I lost a little bit of speed with that. But yeah, I knew that the boys were faster than me. I knew Linus was, because in the previous race, the last 2 laps were exactly the same, and so I suppose that gave me a little bit of an insight with how good a driver he was, and just helped me maybe a little bit in that race. Just knowing that he wasn't going to do anything silly, because it is easy for someone just to go, right, stuff it, I'm doing it on this corner, send it down the inside, and then there's a big crash. And so I suppose this is why they have such high licenses and I ratings in iRacing, because Linus, I think you're a 6.1, right?
Yeah.
Which surely that's got to be one of the best. So that I've seen. I think there's only Tim, I think,
Tim's
in the
higher.
championship, which is higher. So yeah, definitely it's a great battle.
But I know you mentioned as well how the fast the Ford was, and I thought it'd be a good ample time to bring in the winner of the amateurs. I wasn't planning to having any amateurs in at the moment, but we have to give a shout out to the winner of the amateurs in the 00 Ford of Joshua Mayer. Congratulations, because it's never easy to stay at the front in reverse grid, especially when you've got the likes of a former 24-hour endurance winner and a Nürburgring winner, and then you've got one of the top guys in the service on tech with Linus and Oscar. But congratulations, Joshua, for the amateur win, the first amateur win for you.
Yes, thank you.
So, how much have you been working on this car? Because we know that there's been a little bit of an update to the Ford, but how much have you been working on this? Because you were fast in practice, and you kept that speed. Anything missing the start in the first race might have helped you there, but could you just explain what happened there? Because we were wondering why you missed the start in the first race.
So my dog went under my table, panicked, and unplugged my pedals with 10 seconds to go, so I escaped.
Oh, right.
Because I can't fix that in 10 seconds, so I rather escape and take the pit start than stand there and wreck half the field.
We were wrong, Rob. We were wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
but
because we thought we were
in terms
taking
of
fuel.
preparation, nah. I overfueled massively for both races. I had 100 liters and I need like 60. No, but I would just say I prepared a bit more than I did for the past races. Mainly because I now had time. So.
The car was very bouncy, by the way, when I was looking at it, especially going through 130R. Was that upsetting the car in any way, or was it just, oh, it's bouncing again?
Oh no, 130R, that must have been netcode. Degner was an absolute nightmare. And the last chicane, I lost like 4 tenths in the last chicane every lap alone.
Yeah, I was noticing that
I did
as
see
well.
you bumping. I did see you do a lot of bouncing. I also got to have a bit of a chuckle, because apparently we don't have a driver of the day. We've got a dog of the day, which is your dog. I've just seen that in the on the stream.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it the dog of the day, because it's a good boy, but he also unplugged your pedals, so you might disagree with that.
Yeah, in the end it turned out to be okay. I mean, I took the pit start. I got taken out in a little scramble ahead, but I still managed to get up to 25th from the pit. So first race I'm not happy, but in the end it's okay.
Well, being on the victory part of the podium there, the victory step is always a good feeling. Can take it into the next race with a lot of confidence. Well, we've got a couple of you left. Where are we next week? I do remember this, and I cannot remember.
Le Mans.
We're at Le Mans. So
The track
I
where
will.
Adam has the best car.
Yeah, I will
Not yet
get
the longest years.
I will get the opinions on all four of you at the moment. We've still got all four here. So, Joshua, what do you expect with the Ford at Le Mans? I'm guessing a lot of top speed.
Le Mans isn't really about the top speed. Le Mans, the problem, for example, for the McLaren is just that the gearing is too short.
And for the Ford?
The McLaren, I think, runs into the limiter at 284. The Ford can go to 292 before it goes onto the limiter, and the Mercedes at 295 still has 500 RPM to go. So, but the McLarens and the Audis will get it back in the corners. They are really fast there compared to the other cars. So it's still gonna be an interesting race.
Yeah, Adam. I mean, I don't. I obviously this is the track which I think I don't know if you have raced at Le Mans, but obviously it's a track where a lot of people would love to do a race in. So, I mean, are you looking forward to tackling my favourite racetrack of all time? Sorry for not liking the Nordschleife over Le Mans, but are you looking forward to the challenge? Of course, you know it's a few long straights and some good corners, but I think you might have the ability for it. Something just tells me you might have a shot there.
I hope so. So I suppose, if anything, I think like a track like this is a bit more. Well, is it more technical? It's hard to say because to be fast at Le Mans, you got to have it trimmed out. But by having it trimmed out, then of course it makes it extremely tricky through like the Porsche curves and some of the other corners. And as we all know on iRacing, that if you take the wing out, it can make it a bit snappy, which has caught me out before, and it caught me out in practice today. That the first lap is so easy to spin the thing. So it's one of those. Like it's a shame during the last update, I think last Thursday, they just reduced the power of the Mercedes maybe by like 1% because I think it was a little obvious that I had a bit of an advantage on the straights at the Nürburgring in last week's race. So I think we'll see. Like, I need to do some more testing, I suppose. This is one thing that I seem to be a little short of. I should really try and do a bit more testing on some of these circuits, a little bit more in advance. Like the Nürburgring, I know off the back of my hand already, just because I do the DNLS and the VLN races. Whereas these circuits, I'm definitely not as confident at. So I think Le Mans is always a race that everyone wants to win. So maybe I have to dig a little deeper, do a bit more practicing and see how it goes. If it sounds like we got a strong chance with a good car there.
And Linus and Oscar, whichever one of you, of course, you two both have experience at Le Mans, of course, because I have seen you for a few years doing the 24 hours of Le Mans, so you know the track well, but I don't think you've done it in a McLaren before, so what are you looking forward to?
Oh, I have done official races there this season.
Oh, okay.
I have a setup ready for the track already. The problem is only the limiter. Like, you can't overtake the Mercedes on the straights. It's pretty much impossible because once I have enough draft to get to the same top speed, I'm running into the limiter. So all you can do behind the Mercedes is either do some ridiculous ascent into one of the chicanes or wait and pass them in the pits. But yeah, I gotta really try and get a good quali so I don't start behind any Mercedes.
And Oscar, I suppose it's the same with you because, of course, you're in the McLaren. Will you two be going 2 by 2 and just using all your advantage? Of course, you can't do it NASCAR style with bump drafting, but I suppose you'll be just trying to follow Linus there and hope for the best as well.
Just like today, yeah.
Exactly, just like today, yeah. Just sit back and wait for them to make a mistake, of course, yes. But, guys, I think...
I know I don't have the pace on them, so I just have to wait and hope for the best.
Wait for the best. But I will say, gentlemen, it has been a pleasure watching all 4 of you race, and that was probably one of the best finishes we've had in the series. So I look forward to seeing you all next week, and I wish you all really a good evening.
Yeah, same to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Catch you guys soon.
Catch you guys next week.
Yeah. Right, so I believe the one thing we haven't done, we haven't gone through the overall results. I have realised that we haven't gone through the results. We've talked so much to these guys. Should we just quickly go over them?
Hang on. There we go. Oh,
there we go. So yeah,
it says Liam McNinch was first.
Oh. I think
we'll just hide that. We already know who the real winners are.
So Adam Christo, of course, won the race. Linus Technow came second, and Oscar Copper came third. Joshua Mayer in the amateur class was fourth, so he wins the amateur class, followed by Isaac Barkley and Matt Heatrick. They were also amateurs. Into P7 with Christian Furtz, another amateur, and Liam McNitch, the pro driver, in 8th place. Pascal Radshawn finishes 9th, and Tim Matskey made 17 places up to finish 10th. Archie Forsyth came 11th, and Marius Yankee came 12th. Ben Smith was 13th, and Neil Butler 14th. Jonathan Hoggard was 15th, and Taylor Lane 16th. Adam Miles came 17th with Andrew Miller in 18th, and Martin Pearson was 19th with Bradley Sellers in 20th.
Mark Bailey was in 21st, Chris Hamer 22nd, Jack Hills 23rd. Sebastian Rain, after starting on the front row, finished all the way down in 24th. Oh. Chris Miles in 25th. Simon Dodd, who had his vacation in in Degner 2, finished 26th. Stefan Kurzman in 27th. Harry Wills, after a very good first race, just couldn't get the legs on him, finishes 28th. Josh Seymour was the last car on the lead lap in 29th, and then we get to the lapped cars. Cara Jacquelet was a lap down. James Goldstein was a lap down. He pitted, of course, for repairs, I think. Hugh Haycox, surprise one, he's 4 laps down. I think he had an accident. Tristan Iglesias is 6 laps down. Callum Bowman, I think, was part of the scrap at the start that had damage and finished 10 laps down. Jonas Dreyer finished 10 laps down, not Dowell, in 35th position. Maut Stumpf finished 13 laps down. You saw the absolute state his car was in.
I'm just watching it. He was the one that sent Louis Eggerson into the sky.
I do actually want to come back to that, and we'll finish off on that incident. So Maut Stumpf and Louis Eggerson were part of the incident that happened at the start of the race. So let's see if I can get that up for you guys now. What was your sort of reaction to that entire thing? I know that I kind of jumped the gun a little bit.
I mean, I saw the car, and I can't remember who that was. I saw the car getting ridden. There was a car that was riding. Who was that? That was Jack Hills on the roof of James Goldstein. I think we've seen the Quirketize clip from earlier, from last week, and that's practically the same thing. And I'm just watching it. James Goldstein just takes him for a ride and finally hits the brakes and lets him go, and then drives into him again. Oh no!
Then we have this poor man, Louis Eggerson, coming up. He had to either go left or go right. He chose right. Hits a car and hits the number 11. And look at this. Hang on. Let me get this. In a freeze frame. Hang on. Can I get this right? Not necessarily, but hang on. I want to get this right. Almost there. Okay, see, there's your problem. The car is upside down, it's in the air, and the car in 22nd position at the time. Get the car of Archie, the blue Archie Forsyth. Where is he?
Just keep that card there, because there's something I want to do. Yep, that's me. You probably wondered what's happened to me. Well, let me explain. Basically, yeah, this happened.
Let's get into the car of Archie Forsyth. Where is he on the standings? Archie Forsyth. He is the car number. Where is Archie Forsyth? Where is he? There he is. Let's get into the cockpit view and see what had happened to him during that entire situation. And I've rewinded too far. Exact. Oh my god. That's not Archie Forsyth. That's poor Eggerson going through the air. But let's actually rewind just a little bit. And I just want to actually see what... Oh, well, I mean... Hits the wall and then just... Flippity flippity. That's what I'm branding it as. But let's see what Archie Forsyth saw. Oh, yeah, Archie Forsyth definitely saw that one. That's a bouncing car. As he's trying to navigate the traffic, let's just see that in slow motion a little bit better to see what happened at the start of that race. You can see the car on the left, car on the right, and then it just bounces, hits the rear end, and I think he actually sent that car. The number 11. Who is the number 11? I think the number, yeah, it's Mount Stumpf, who's not having a good day in the air. I think he would rather be on the ground. Let me see if I can actually get this shot.
Yeah, I mean we are a racing league here. You know, we're not the Red Bull the Red Bull aeroplane race. What do they call it? I can't remember what they call it now.
Oh, his engine's actually damaged at that point. And the flagman's waving green. He should be waving yellow or red for that. But there's a lot of damage on that poor Audi. Oh, almost got hit by another one.
I'll tell you what's more fun. It's watching the cockpit of James Goldstein, because he can't see anything. I've got triple monitors. I can't see anything. But there he is at the start, and he's like, all I can see is be a hero. Literally, all Goldstein is seeing is some motivation to say be a hero, and he finishes 31st. But he cannot see anything with that car on top of him. And then he finally lets go, and then he hits the brakes, drives into him again.
Be a hero, be a hero, be a hero. He's carrying a car on his roof, lets him go, hits him again.
Fantastic.
But I think, apart from the carnage, I think we do have to finish off the fun at some stage. But what a great race that was.
That was fantastic. What a finish in the final race. Absolutely loved it. I don't even know what to, like, that was, like I said, that was probably the best race we've had in the series so far. Just from a standpoint of that, those final laps were just breathtaking. And hopefully it stays the same. Like we said, Le Mans is next week. That always, it's a bit of a draft track. Yeah, we know that. But it's one of my favorite. It is my favorite track in the world. So I always love going there.
It's your little baby.
It's gonna be fantastic. Just going through it. I gotta be honest. I cannot wait.
Yeah, and I as someone who loves Le Mans myself, you know, it's one of my favorite tracks to drive on. It's going to be great to see these guys going around there and see, you know, the gearing, as I mentioned before, the 4 drivers that were in here before, the gearing is a big issue on something like the MP412C, where it can only go up to a certain degree and then it just hits the rev limiter, and no matter how much draft it gets, it can't really go any faster because, you know, the big boy of the Merc can go just slightly faster on the straights, and for them, they'd be hitting the rev limiter, I think, quite a lot. But until then, I think it's time to say our goodbyes.
Do we have to? Okay.
We do. Unfortunately, we do.
So I will say, I will be the shill. If you have enjoyed us on Twitch, hit the follow button. On YouTube, hit the subscribe. We do have a Discord. Feel free to check that out. Feel free to check out the RSR World Series League. They are also in the process of doing another league soon. More information soon. If you have enjoyed Radion TV, thank you very much. We'll be back Friday with the ILMS at the Nordschleife. And then Saturday, yes, Saturday, we are back Saturday. That's Saturday in 3 times here. I'm not Elton John. With the ERO 8 hours of the Nürburgring GP circuit. So, yes, we're doing 8 hours by ourselves. We're insane.
Whew. That'll be something to look forward to. But until then, take care, guys. Enjoy yourselves. Thanks for the great race from the RSR guys. As always, they always put on a great show. And we hope to see you there.